under your butts.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're live now.
Now we're live. Okay, hey guys. Day's going good. Just trying to figure out technology.
Now we're live.
Okay, hey guys. Here we go. All right.
Turn on the volume on your phone.
Mute.
Volume on my phone. No. Okay, volume on phone's down. All right.
This is always fun.
Do we have any comments? Korea, typical.
Korea. From the Netherlands. Excellent.
Who's that?
Waterblanc.
Waterblanc. Hi. Netherlands. Holy shit.
Yeah, right? That's a ways away.
Yeah.
God, it has to be like, what? Like 2 or 3 a.m. there already?
I have no idea. You'd probably know better than I would.
It's been a long day. Thank you, Korea, though.
Ditto. All right. So what do we want to talk about? What happened to your tooth and your lip? Fucking already.
First question of the night. Let's talk.
Yeah.
6 hours ahead. Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I went live a few weeks ago, and someone told me to do a backflip.
It wasn't me.
Which normally is no problem for me. I can do a backflip, no issues. I've never had a problem. And this one time, I did one, and I landed on my face, and it broke my tooth and busted my lip. So yeah, that is a big wake-up call that I am not as young and nimble as I used to be. So that is why I'm missing. I'm not missing the tooth. It just broke. It broke in half. And it hurt very bad. I'm having a cap put on at some point. I just have to, again, be an adult and go do it. I also have to pay for it out of pocket. So there's that.
Yuck. Yuck.
What kind of microphone? This is a blue Snowball. This actually, Oz sent me to this from the Atheist Network group or the Atheist Roundtable or whatever they're calling themselves now. I keep telling them they should call themselves the Atheist International Network team, so they can call themselves Taint.
No, that would be Tint. If it was international, it's Tint.
The Atheist.
Oh, the Atheist. No, and you're right.
Yeah. It would be,
you're right.
They just call themselves Taint. It'd be great.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants that.
It's fun for the whole family.
Nobody wants to watch your taint, okay?
Listen, I had almost 200 subscribers to my accountant page at some point, so there's some people who would like to say my taint. Thank you.
Okay, well, that's their opinion. That's their
maybe not. I never had any requests for that, so maybe not.
Well, now that you've mentioned it and we're live,
I had some strange requests, but no one asked to see my taint, so
not yet. That's it. Everyone, start requesting to see Deadpool's taint on,
It won't happen. I haven't made any content like a month. I've lost more than half my followers on there, so I think my accounting career is over.
Oh no! Couldn't count very well, huh?
I couldn't, and I have kids around me all 24/7, which makes it very difficult to count.
That's very true.
So yeah. Hey, Atheist Anonymous. An online atheist mall? That sounds legit.
I know that's an OnlyFans video. It absolutely is. Yeah, Fantasy Quest, you are correct. So that's why I'm saying, hey, somebody send him that request.
What would you do if Jehovah's Witnesses came to your door asking for a friend? Oh, this is fun.
I have stories of doing things already.
I do too.
Let's share.
Share your story and then I'll share mine.
Okay,
show me yours.
Yeah,
I'll share
the first
mine.
one. So I had 2 guys. It was a very hot day here in Branson, in Missouri, and these 2 guys came up to my door and knocked. I didn't really know they were coming. This kind of came out of the blue, and I was in high school at the time. My mother was in the back. Now you have to remember, my uncle and my aunt are already Jehovah's Witnesses, so we already know what they have to say, and we've already dealt with a lot of persuasion in their direction. But my mother was just like, okay, here's the deal, boys. It's 102 outside. This is July. You may come in and you may talk and we can have a nice discussion and you can have lemonade and you can enjoy some air conditioning. But if you say one word about the Gospels, so help me God, I will throw you out the door. And these guys were so desperate at this point. They actually came in and we talked about how they miss their dogs and how they were like having a hard time adjusting to everything. We were like, well, what's it like? What are the women like in your church? And he's just like, well, we don't talk about that very much. And I mean, we brought up a bunch of subjects, just none of them relating to holy texts. And they left with a popsicle in their mouth, and we had no problems. But yeah, so I was super friendly to some Jehovah's Witnesses because they didn't actually ask me to join their church. So
okay. I had some Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door. When I was living in Virginia. This was after I graduated. No, it wasn't Virginia. It was Pennsylvania. You know how Jehovah's Witnesses like to quote the Greek to you? Like in the original Greek, it says this. So I was like, okay, so let's talk about Greek. Do you know the alphabet?
No.
And they're like, no. I was like, oh, well, I do. Do you want to learn it? I'll teach you. And so they were like they got this like deer in the headlights look on their face, and they did the whole like, okay, we got to go now. They like offered me like the chance to have like a smarter person come and talk to me, and I was like, no, that's okay. I have better things to do.
That's funny.
Yeah, like they want to be like, oh, in the original Greek. Oh, really? How much of the original Greek do you know?
They just memorize. They don't know how to write it, but they can memorize the words.
Yeah.
So no, we do the same thing with Mormons too. When they pop into our area, I'll bring them in, like especially if it's hot out. I will bring them in, and we will have a nice chat, and we'll talk to them and be friendly. But as soon as they start talking about the gospel, I will ask them politely to leave. So that is the indication that like that's the stipulation. And the thing is, I have been taken up on that offer so often because they get the door slammed in their face so much that that they are desperate for any sort of like positive human contact. So I feel bad, but not really.
I would love. I haven't had an encounter with them since, and like
they probably have your address down. Like they're not going near you.
I made a
water
TikTok like a few weeks ago. Where I was sitting in my garage. I have a couch in my garage where I can see outside, and I could see like the 4-way intersection on my road. And I couldn't tell if they were Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons. But they got to the corner and they looked at me, and like I'm not kidding. We made fucking eye contact, and they turned around and walked the other direction. And I was like, "Oh, come on, don't be scared."
You're like, "Come on, I was waiting for it."
You know, like I was so prepared. I was like, tell me about the Gospels. Who wrote those, by the way?
Sorry, can you mention his name again and why he's significant? Explain to me why he wasn't just like a self-proclaimed person. Yeah, right. So we haven't mentioned the Bart Ehrman collab in a hot minute. Is that still happening? Are we gonna?
Yes.
Yes. When is that
I haven't spoken to him in like a month or so. He's still in London.
Oh, that's right. He's there all summer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in London with all summer. He won't get back until like mid-August. But I still have the money in the GoFundMe. It's still in there. I haven't transferred it to my account or anything. It's still just waiting. I'm waiting on an email from him for when he gets back. Because otherwise, he's like, he's like, I could do it while I'm here, but we have to do it at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that, 1, because I have kids, you know, and I have to do this after they go to bed. And 2, I promised like my followers that they would have the opportunity to ask him questions directly during our live. It's like, so I want to make sure it's live so he can do that. So yeah, it is still happening. We just have to wait for him to get back home from London.
Correa would like to ask, were all the Kniffys on display in your garage?
The knives?
Yeah. Your Kniffys, because TikTok is live with you, so I'm calling it Kniffys.
All your knives. All my knives are in the kitchen.
Where good, safe practice of knives should be.
Yeah, they're in the kitchen because they're all kitchen knives. I mean, I have a couple here with me. Yeah, I'm afraid to show them because
Because you're on live with TikTok. Yeah, you don't want to get banned for that again.
Maybe if I call them a kitchen utensil instead of a knife.
I mean, they could be steak cutters.
Hey, Meaning Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I like how Captain Apple is starting to join Apologia on the list of recognized threats in the apologetics community. Yeah. I don't want to start advertising this so soon, but yeah, me and Biddy Buddha are going to be doing an episode of Eggs and Ham on Apologia's channel. In like early to mid-August, I think. So yeah, we're going to be animated. He's going to do the whole thing.
Oh, that will be fun.
It's going to be so much fun. We're going to meet about it on Friday. Hey, Mama Bear. Don't go spreading that around, though. This is
I know
top
who
secret.
you are, Jim. I know.
This is secret squirrel information right here.
I remember.
Yeah, we know you, Jim.
I realize that your name is Meaning Forge on here and not Jim, but I understand who you are. Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get to see what Apologia.
I really just want to see how they animate you, because if it's a Backstreet Boy, like just like if they like decide to put like Lance's head on like a little cartoon body and just like have your mouth move, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm very curious what that's gonna look like.
You forget who you are all the time. Oh, okay. Well, that's up to you, Jim.
Do you still like ketchup? Are you the guy that asked me if I like ketchup earlier? Someone commented on one of my videos like, hey, do you like ketchup? It's like,
yes. No, not alone.
Yeah. Like you win the most random question of the day award for sure.
Christopher Hitchens. That would be funny. Did you see that? I like this. Okay. This is funny. He's coming up with some good ideas.
Oh, that'd be nuts.
Right? Godless powers to resurrect Christopher Hitchens. Bring it on. Unfortunately, I'm not enough of a heathen to probably have any godless powers, but it would be very interesting to see if it would work.
Yeah.
I'm more of an alchemy person rather than an what is it, necromancy?
What superpower would you have, Nat? If you could have any superpower, what would that be?
If I could have any superpower, I always tell people that I would do the superpower like Mystique, so I could just become any person.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's my go-to. But like people are just like, no, that's such a this is not a good one. I was like, well, but then I could blend in everywhere and no one would ever know it was me. I'd be so happy.
That would be cool.
My true form would never be seen.
There's also like an offshoot of her power. Like we're gonna get a little nerdy here. But she has like complete control of every like cell in her body. Like, so not only can she change, that's also why she can fight so well.
Yeah, because she can change her muscular density. She can change she can change if she can get stabbed. The fact that she died. Okay, I'm gonna get a little even more nerdy in this.
Let's do it.
That Phoenix killed her by having her, spoiler alert, get stabbed. Like, was something that Mystique's power could have prevented, and the fact that she dies is a pain in the ass. So that was one of the biggest complaints I have about the new X-Men. So. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, when you get into their like powers, there's like more than like surface level. Like one of my favorite like superpowers is like Cyclops, because like when you look into his powers, like his eye, he doesn't just shoot lasers out of his eyes. Like his eyes are portals to an alternate dimension of pure energy, and every time he opens his eyes, energy from that dimension escapes from those portals.
That's why his brother is so interesting to me, because Cyclops needs to is just with his eyes, but his brother could have opened portals in multiple ways. Like, I mean, huge portals, not just rings that would like shoot out. So the amount of power that family has is beyond me. It is incredible. Yes,
apparently my
and you're right.
superpower
Black
is
Swamp deck is exactly what I go for with Magic the Gathering. I do tend to do Black Swamp. Sometimes I will do red decks because those are fun, but Black Swamp is my go-to. Yeah. Swamp monster.
apparently my superpower is killing Christianity.
I don't know about killing Christianity. I feel like your superpower is smashing faith. That's
I might wound it. Maybe I wound Christianity.
Wound it? Yeah, I could go with that. How many mice would it take to kill an elephant?
How many mice would it take?
Or actually one. Because if you go by the whole standard of mice
being scared of mice.
Yeah, an elephant's afraid of mice. If you could scare an elephant in a direction that would kill it, like into like a wall of nails or something, then yeah. But it is interesting.
I did like the drink you showed me. I want to try it. I have to go buy a lot of ingredients for that though.
The which drink?
No, I think this is like someone made a video and tagged me in it because I made that health potion.
Health potion, yeah.
And they have the book that has like all the D&D like drink recipes.
Oh, the cocktail book. Yeah, the D&D cocktails.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Which I knew was a thing, but I don't have, so I just made something up. Like I went to the grocery store and I was like, as a
bartender, I used to do that all the time. Someone would come up to me and they're like, I want something that has like a dry taste, like how it is whenever you drink Merlot, but I want it to be like sparkling dry. And so I'll do like a gin and tonic with like a Merlot splashed on it. So it has a dry aftertaste, but it had like that fizzy texture to it. Just make shit up.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have fun. I did the same thing when I worked at Starbucks. Everyone does.
One mouse could eat an elephant brain. You are correct, Hillary. That's one way.
Theoretically, that's correct.
Technically speaking, a mouse could kill a baleen whale because the baleen's whale's throat is like smaller than the size of my fist, so they choke to death.
Which is funny because did you know that the baleen whale's tongue is proportionally the largest tongue in the animal kingdom? Like the baleen whale's tongue is 1/3 of the weight of their entire body.
Yeah, and it's like a solid muscle. You know how we eat cow tongues? Can you imagine what the taste of a baleen whale tongue is? Because
how dense that would be. It'd be like an alligator tail. Like,
right. I love alligator tail. That's actually
I've never had it, but I've heard it's
so good. It's like chicken.
So dense.
It's like if chicken could be steak. That's what an alligator tail is. Texture of steak, taste of chicken. Oh, it's just lovely combo.
What's your question? Fire away. That's what we're here for. Yeah, I used to, before I was old enough to work legally, I volunteered at a Virginia Living Museum. And I worked at the touch tank where you had horseshoe crabs and starfish and all that, and like I was 14 and I was picking these things up and like showing everybody, telling them all about it. I also prepared food for the animals.
That's fun,
which was cool. Foxes love hard-boiled eggs and grapes.
Yes,
which is fun because foxes are my favorite animals. I got to hand feed them. That was awesome. And I had to make a lot of.
If you could be an animal, what would you be?
I don't know. I think a jaguar.
Jaguar? You go for predator?
Badass. Yeah.
I always think that I would be like a really angry like crow or raven or something because like the intelligence thing, but like I would be very spiteful, like just shit on people when I want to.
Yeah, that's right.
But also the other thing is like I'm sneaky, so people have always said that I have fox-like tendencies. So
yeah.
So that's kind of my go-to back and forth. Anyway, what problem or situation did you think TV movies make you think would be common? Quicksand! Quicksand! I thought I was going to have to deal with quicksand a lot more than I ever imagined.
And it's not a thing.
It's not! I've come across it one time, and I sunk down to my ankle, and that's as far as it went.
I'm not missing a tooth. It's just broken. It's like the 6th time I've been asked. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's just broken.
Hi, Hi, I'm Nattiegnat. I'm Dadpool's co-host when needed and when asked. I am a geoarchaeologist that works throughout the United States, and I'm on TikTok. I'm not super popular, but I'm friends with the Dadpool, so that kind of, I guess, gives me the credentials to be on here.
Yeah, Nat is she's a walking encyclopedia on all things science and geoarchaeology and lots of things. So, and my regular co-host Crimson Barrel he's in the process of moving to another state, or he's moved now, but it's taken him a while to get all these things set up. I was like, I need a co-host. I can't do this by myself because I can't just talk. I don't like the sound of my own voice. So I was like, hey, Nat, you'd be really fun to have.
I don't know about
because I don't need another theology expert. Like Crimson Barrel's a mythology expert, and it's like Nat's a science and archaeology expert.
The three of us together are our own pure advised group. Like we
can do some fucking damage. The three of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's if one of us doesn't know it, the other two might. So it's
exactly.
I like having the three of us when we're all
by
together.
Our powers combined. I am Captain Know-It-All.
Together we are fire, earth, and air.
Anyway.
The house is on fire. Everyone is out safely. Pets are safe, and wallet and cash are safe.
Oh, hey, Hawk's in here.
What would you get?
What's up, Hawk? Hawk played D&D with us last night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's the one who won the little competition.
Correa, if I had good whiskey, that's what I'm going in for the next thing to be saved. That's what I'd have to run in for.
What was a big indicator that Christianity and the Bible was not truth? For me, it was learning that the Gospels were written anonymously. And I've said this quite a few times, but like growing up in the church, I was always taught that the Gospels are 4 independent eyewitness accounts that collaborate with each other. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, obviously. And then I get to Bible college and I learn, no, we don't know who wrote the Gospels. Those names were added later. They most certainly were not written by the Jesus' disciples. However, because one, they spoke Aramaic. The Gospels were written originally in Greek. They were written 30, 40, 50 years after Jesus' death. And the disciples were illiterate by by the account in Acts. At least John and Peter were said to have been literally illiterate. The word there is agrammatori in Greek, which means unlettered. It translates to. So like literally they were illiterate. They could not read, they could not write. But somehow they wrote the Gospels. No, they didn't. So we have no idea who wrote them. So that was a big turning point for me. Or a big point where I started questioning things.
Am I supposed to answer that one, or
I don't know.
I was going to say, for the most part, my deconversion happened at a really young age. It was actually, it fully matured into a deconstruction as soon as I got confirmed, because during my confirmation classes, I started asking questions to the pastor and the youth pastor about this and that, about the stories in the Bible. And scientifically, it didn't make sense to me. And that's kind of how I got out of things, is as I was learning science and growing up, because I was one of those kids that loved dinosaurs. I was one of those kids that loved animals. So
shocker.
Yeah. Oh, right. You can't imagine that. But yeah, I confused my pastors. They didn't have answers for my questions. But when I talked to my science teachers at school, they had answers. Like not even in biblical ways. I would just ask things like, so what about like Noah's Ark and like the massive flood? How did that not kill like the saline animals of the world? Like, was there supposed to be like some aquatic tank or a terrarium or something, or aquarium that was like in the ark that saved like the sharks? Because if you get too much rainwater in the ocean, it's going to cause salination to lower, and those animals aren't going to survive it. And a lot of discussions that led to me realizing that the Bible was full of shit. So,
all right, what's going on, Dustin?
Hey.
Fellow atheist, yes, I am an atheist. You must be new here.
You must be new.
What are your thoughts on U.S. imperialism as a soldier? No hate. Just curious. U.S. imperialism as a soldier. I don't know. That's a tough one to answer. As soldiers, especially like myself, I'm a grunt. I'm an E5. I don't make a lot of decisions. I lead a team. I do what I'm told, and I tell my soldiers what to do. I haven't had any bad experiences like in that sense, I guess, in the military. But like you are pawns at the end of the day. So I don't know. Like when I was deployed, when I was active, I spent a year in Iraq. We literally dealt with Al Qaeda, finding their hideouts. They would pay local farmers to lob mortars at us. We would find them, dispose of the ammunition, find Al Qaeda, arrest them. So we didn't, and we would also dispose of bombs that were not placed for us, but were placed for each other. Like they were like rival villages that hated each other. It's like the whole like Sunni Shia thing. They would plant bombs to kill each other. So we would find them, dispose of them. So like we didn't do anything like really crazy or weird or bad out there. And then I went to Macedonia, which was to help them join NATO, or the National Air Defense Treaty Organization, which was because they're a landlocked state. Their country was being picked apart by all the neighboring countries, and they wanted to be able to join NATO to help defend themselves. So in order to do that, they had to prove that they could mobilize and host U.S. troops within like a 48-hour notice. So I did that, and that was a lot of fun. We also helped train their troops, and then we came home, and yeah, like in the National Guard, I responded to the riots in Philadelphia, which nothing bad happened there either. We got nothing but kindness from everyone there. Like all the like rioters like disappeared as soon as we got there, and then we responded to the insurrection in DC, like the 10th or 12th, because they were planning on another one, which they canceled once we got there. So yeah, like I don't like have any like bad feelings towards my military service. I know it's not the case with everybody, but when people are like, "Oh, you're a horrible person because you're in the military. You did all these terrible things. You aided this," and I'm like, I didn't. Like everything I did was I have a clear conscience on everything I did. That's just me though. That's not everybody's experience.
There's someone that wants to request to join your live for 5 minutes.
I was just reading that. You can. I don't know how much I'll be able to entertain you because I'm on live here. I'm on StreamYard.
I'm willing to listen. I'm on your live too, so I'm watching to see if any other interesting questions pop up.
That's fine. I appreciate it. So, what do you think about pulling out of Afghanistan? I don't know. I don't know.
Did we ever really pull out though? Did we ever? Because I'm pretty sure we impregnated that bitch.
Yeah, like
we're stuck there. Like
Afghanistan is a whole nother animal, and I can't touch that with a 32.5-foot pole.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, we're stuck there for a while.
When I went to get out of active duty, you meet with a recruiter, and they're like, "What we want you to reenlist. What are your demands? As long as you have a good rapport and a good record," which I did, still do. And they were like, "What do you want? What can we do to convince you to stay in?" And I was like, "I want to go to Schofield Barracks in Hawaii." Like, that's it. Because I hated, I was stationed in Kansas at the time. My dear.
Take me to Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I want to experience Hawaii. I was like, I fucking hated Kansas. It was a horrible place.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't do that, but we can promote you to E5 because I was E4 at the time, and we can send you to sniper school. And I was like, okay, that'd be cool, but no. Because my unit was about to deploy to Afghanistan, like right after I was supposed to get out, they were deploying to Afghanistan. I was like, I don't want to go to Afghanistan. I just got back from Iraq. I don't want to go to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Why?
Ugh, that's rough.
So very glad I did that. Yeah, Big Red 1. Yep. Fort Riley, Kansas, like just such a horrible place.
I guess that guy's not going to join your live if he wanted to, but
You haven't gotten a request. Like you can join, but yeah, I don't know how much I'll be able to entertain you.
entertain me, fools.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Did you vote Republican when you were still Christians?
No. I've never voted Republican.
No. Logic concludes not voting Republican, period.
The very first time I voted for Obama.
The very first, same. Yep. No, that's the same deal. Yeah, the day I voted for Obama was the day that he visited our campus. So that was exciting.
Jeff, you want to join the show?
Yes. My name's Jeff.
I'll send you the link.
Do it. Jeff.
Yeah, man. Let's get Jeff in here. Favorite video game? Super Smash Brothers, probably.
That's probably the one I've played the most. I don't play a lot of video games. In college, I had a few friends that were gamers, and I would watch a few video games. And one of the ones that was most entertaining for me to watch was God of War. But yeah, it was like I watched God of War, I watched Batman, I watched the Spider-Man adventure one, and then I watched and yeah, like I would just do my homework and like watch them play video games because most of my friends were jocks and that's what they did.
Yeah, if I sent you the link on StreamYard, or I send you the link on Skype if you want to join.
What's the hat, Jeff?
Yeah, I've shared this a couple times. I think that you've already heard it, but I won a local tournament in Super Smash Brothers when I was in college.
I hosted tournaments of Smash Brothers in college.
Yeah, it was a charity event. It was held at like a local comic book store that had like all the like video game systems, and they had they had like D&D tables and Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, like the big, just a fucking nerd central.
So similarly, we did a Relay for Life 24-hour race, and during that 24-hour race, we did Nintendo Smash Brothers gaming. So it was like a dual Relay for Life and competition at the same time. So that was super exciting because it raised even more money because those that wanted to enter got funding from the Relay for Life to enter, and then like it wasn't just the students that were doing it. I mean, we had faculty members that came in and tried to play Smash Brothers. We had high schoolers from like the locals. They'd come in at certain times just to try and compete. It was actually an 8-year-old kid that won, and he beat every single college student, and we were all pissed. But he got the $100 prize, which is great, and he was super excited about it. But it was a $100 gift card from Walmart that the faculty provided because we hosted during the Relay for Life. So that was exciting. Oh
man, I didn't win a prize. I won, and I murked everybody. It was amazing.
Who was your go-to?
Oh, Fox.
You play Fox? Okay. I'm a bitch at Kirby. Like I would play Kirby all the time, all day long, and just
Kirby's not bad.
No, Kirby's not bad. And prior to it being PlayStation 3 or 4, we did I would play Meta Knight because he was OP. And
oh, Meta Knight was OP. I think they had to nerf
the only way I'm gonna win is with Meta Knight. Yeah.
Dustin had a good question. What's something about becoming an atheist that surprised you?
How much hate I would get. I was really surprised by that.
How much what?
How much hate I got. Like, just how much disappointment my friends had in me, and how upset it really made other people because I was so out of it. I don't know. I was just like, I'm chasing a different pathway, and for some reason that really irked some other people's lives.
I think I didn't have that experience because I was already like separated from my former church life. So I didn't really deal with that as much. I think one thing that surprised me is how do I put this in words? Realizing how how much I was in control of my own life. You know, like I always thought, you know, there's God who I have favor with. And any time anything bad happens to me, I know not to sweat it because God has a plan for my life, yada, yada, yada. And now, like, as an atheist and I don't believe God, I'm like, no, it's all me. Like, I run this shit. You know, it's all me. There's no, like, if I make a mistake, it's my fault. It's not the devil's fault. If something bad happens to me, I have to deal with it. God's not going to deal with it. With it for me. It's all me. Like, I run the show. So that was a very weird realization that I am, you know, like, there's no one no one's causing this shit, and no one's helping me with it either. It's all me. What's up, dragons?
Yeah, hey, dragons.
Dragons is popping.
Ray, I can absolutely say that yes, I love board games. I almost never have anyone to play with though. Like none of my friends like board games, and so I am stuck. You're upset that I'm not actually a gnat? What? But
who said she's not?
It's what I do.
She could be a billion gnats in a skin suit. You don't know. You don't know.
I feel a little insulted right now. The gnats in me are very sad.
What's up, Cancel? Sorry if I've missed some questions in the comments on my live down here.
We're jumping back and forth.
Yeah, I'm doing two things at once.
It's okay.
I'm trying to walk and chew gum at the same time, and I'm not good at that.
No, but you are ADHD, so sometimes it does work.
Sometimes I can pull that off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know, isn't it? Isn't it the worst? Yeah. So the thing is, I travel a lot for work, and I love to like take board games with me, and I'll play with my coworkers. None of my coworkers really like board games. All of them, most of them, like D&D, but it's kind of hard to start up a D&D campaign with like one or two people that you're only going to see for 2 weeks and then they disappear. So that's a little difficult. But yeah, where I live is not a board game central area. There was a board game cafe that just opened up and I haven't gone to visit it yet. But again, I don't have friends to join me on these visits. And right now we're like a huge Delta COVID hotspot. So I don't really want to go out. So there's that. A question I can't answer so surely. How did the Big Bang explode out of nothing? It didn't. It didn't explode out of nothing. So the Big Bang, and there's multiple theories on this. The concept is the Big Bang was a combination of just everything that had imploded on itself and then came apart. I believe that the universe is actually infinite, not necessarily in space, but
mother dogs.
So the concept is, what happens when things go into a black hole? Well, light, matter, all of the electron density will go into a black hole. Black hole sucks it up. Where does it go? We don't know exactly. But there's multiple black holes and they all suck up. But eventually the universe will get sucked up by all black holes. Now, imagine, if you will, a few trillion years into the future, the universe has mostly been sucked up into black holes and the black holes are now starting to absorb each other. What happens when the black holes finally absorb each other into a vacuum of space in which everything is now concretely packed together? You'll have another Big Bang, right? It will pop like a balloon and we'll start it over again. That is my belief. I have no way to prove this, but as science goes, this seems to be the most logical reason for the Big Bang. So I hope that gives you kind of an idea and an inspiration about how the Big Bang didn't happen from nothing, that something was there before. It was just so congested that it all exploded from one location, one central spot.
Hopefully I've heard there's convincing models of like quantum fluctuation as being like the trigger.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, yeah, there's a lot to it with physics, but that's my personal thought process on the Big Bang. So
yeah.
I moved to a new state recently. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a cool explanation? Yeah, I've never actually had anyone. I've never actually read that anywhere, and that's where my science kind of turns into faith. But it's not faith; it's logic. It's just when you think about what black holes are, and how they can suck up infinite amounts of matter, eventually all that matter has to go somewhere, because matter as a law cannot be created or destroyed. So what happens when it all gets sucked up? It becomes this really solid ball of matter that's withheld in this vastness of nothing. Eventually it's going to break loose, and boom, you got another Big Bang. And then it just cycles over and over again. So I don't think that the timeline is the universal timeline isn't a singularity. It's the concept that it'll start with a Big Bang, it'll end with a Big Bang. It will start with a Big Bang, it will end with like everything getting sucked up, and then over and over.
So like infinite regress.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Which actually Crimson and Beryl and I have had this conversation before, and he was so adamant. He's like, I'm not alone in thinking this. I'm like, you're not, but there's no way to prove it yet. It's a theory that's pretty actively agreed upon with most physicists, but it's not, I mean, there's so much that we can't prove yet, but we know we can eventually. So theory. Can you explain the difference between what people think theory means in science? Theory of evolution versus law. A theory can be adjusted and changed, but a law can be proven time and time again.
Yeah, so when scientists use a term like theory, like the theory of evolution, they use it differently than the common person would. Right?
Yeah, so when a common person says, oh, I have a theory about that, what they're actually saying is they have a hypothesis about it. When a scientist says there's a theory, then it is proven, like the majority of the theory is proven, but there are discrepancies between it. However, Newton's law of thermodynamics has never been disproven. It can only continue. So that's how a theory becomes a law.
I've got a couple of good questions real quick. Hold on. First, Merlot or Cabernet. I'm going to have to go with Merlot.
Cabernet or Cabernet?
Cabernet, sorry.
Cabernet.
Cabernet. I always think carbon because I work with carbon fiber and I shoot guns, which uses carbon. Mm-hmm. I don't say carbon very much. It's always carbon for me. Anyway, Super Swolger. Oh, cool. Any advice on being an atheist in a very religious family? I've told my family members, and they think being an atheist is impossible. Yeah, so that line of thinking comes from Scripture, and it says, "A fool has hidden in his heart that there is no God." And it's just a claim that the book makes. But if you're in a very religious family, I recommend looking at the Freedom from Religion Foundation. They have articles and all kinds of things like that. They also have support groups. You can find a group that's close to you. You can meet in person or over Zoom meetings, whatever. But my advice is, one, if your family is the type that will like kick you out of the house, then fake it till you make it. Like, just fucking pretend, because your safety is number one. Mm-hmm. But if you think they're susceptible to it, then try to strike up a conversation. If the conversation gets heated, leave the room, wait till things cool down. To just play it by ear. Like, it's hard to say. It's hard to give like, oh shit, here we go.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good angle. Sorry.
Hey.
I got distracted. What were you talking about?
What?
If you're in a very religious family, especially if you're a minor and you're not out on your own yet, and you're still, dependent on them, it's important that you let them know that this is not something you have decided on upon. What words? Words are hard. It's important to let them know that it's not. You're not being rebellious. It's because that's gonna be their knee jerk shoot from the hip reaction. Oh, it's just a phase. It's not a phase, Mama. Too, I really am. It's not a phase. It's not something you just like came up with. It's let them know that this is something that you've thought about very hard. and it's not that you don't want to believe, it's just that you just can't. Your brain will not allow you to believe this. And they may or may not agree, or they may or may not understand that. But try to be like as calm, rational, speak in an even tone. Like, yeah, just be matter of fact about it. Don't be aggressive. I don't think God exists. I don't see evidence for it. And they'll probably think you're crazy, but
it's okay. The best people are crazy.
It's true. It's so true.
Thank
right?
Are we discussing like how to tell your family that you are no longer a Christian?
Yeah, kind of. That was brought up just now in some discussion. So yes, but yeah, we were just saying like number one is if you're going to be in a family that's going to kick you out, fake it till you make it. But
yeah,
number two is if they're not going to kick you out, but they're going to mistreat you in some way, like make sure you approach it at a logical standpoint and work with them to help them understand why you're feeling this way, and not be like, oh, you don't understand me, Dad.
So misunderstood.
I feel so misunderstood. Excuse me. I'm okay. I'm healthy as can be.
I'm kind of behind on my comments.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I saw you had like a bunch that came out of nowhere, and then Merlot.
Yeah, Dustin was like, "Why not
Dustin's
answer James or something?"
Oh, you didn't. It wasn't a question towards you. It was a question towards, I believe, Jason. Okay. Jason's on here. Jason's Christian. I don't know to what extent of his Christianity or what his beliefs are exactly, but Dustin's having a discussion with Jason right now about
why not trust
Jason was in Genesis, or was he there to watch Genesis, or did he just read about it? And Jason's refusing to answer that question.
Why not trust Jesus? Well, have you had a discussion with him recently?
And also, if you have had a discussion with him recently, might I request that you go and get a psychological examination done?
Yeah, well, here's the thing is, like, trust Jesus is something you were taught. It's something you were told. It's not something you came up with on your own.
No.
It's something that you were raised in a religious family or in a religious upbringing. You're probably raised in the Bible Belt, whatever, America, hey, and you're raised to believe in Jesus. You were told this. If you were born anywhere else, you probably would not believe in Jesus. You wouldn't. This is learned behavior here. On top of that, Jesus was an apocalyptic preacher. He believed the end of the world would come within the next generation or within his generation. That's what the Bible teaches. Like, read it. He doesn't teach that heaven's going to come. He teaches the day of judgment. God's going to come within the next generation, and that's it. And that didn't happen. So this whole trust Jesus thing is Jesus is a failed apocalyptic preacher. Like that's what it is. It's not something you'll hear in Sunday school.
Yeah. Like 2 points on this is that we're relying on people telling us what Jesus said decades later. People that didn't know him and were basing it on oral tradition. Second, if you are going to be a Christian that believes in the Old Testament, then you should be listening to Jewish voices that tell you that the Old Testament has nothing to do with Jesus. And then you can move on from there. But if you're trying to make your understanding of the Old Testament equal Jesus, then really we're doing a disservice, and I would say even an offense to the Jewish community who's telling us what their texts say and mean.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason that, like, the Messiah was supposed to be a military leader. He was supposed to come in, overthrow the Roman government, and they thought Jesus was this Messiah, but instead he was executed as a criminal, which means he did not fulfill the messianic prophecies. So he was not the Messiah. Like, it really is that simple. But then along comes Paul, who manipulates scripture and convinces illiterate people that, oh no, he actually did, because they can't read the scriptures for themselves. So he interpreted it for them.
Yeah.
like Jesus was not the Messiah. Yeah, again, the Messiah was supposed to be a strong military leader. He was not supposed to be this humble servant who was supposed to be executed. Like that was not part of God's plan for the Messiah. That's just what happened. And then they had to like grasp at straws to make it seem like it was. I don't know if anything I just said makes sense. But
it does.
Like
it wasn't fluid, but it worked.
Yeah, sorry.
It didn't flow very well. It made sense.
I'm not as good if I can't like record a thought and then like review it and delete it if I don't like it, like I do on TikTok.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm also just enjoying our live comments section right now, just going through and reading this.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff happening.
There's some seriously fun stuff.
We appreciate you guys, by the way.
It's entertaining. I always love it when we do have a Christian pop in.
What happened to your tooth? Yeah.
Back to your tooth. Damn. That is just that nobody will leave up and like let up on that.
Oh, they won't. It's because like in my live, like they're down here and they can see my tooth like really well.
Maybe you should.
Everyone's like, "Oh, you're missing a tooth."
Also, sorry, I just have to hop in here. 2 things. Correa, send me the links via direct message and I'll look into them. Second, Jason saying like true, the Holy Spirit convicted my heart means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I
nothing.
Yeah.
Because I could say that like the fucking flying spaghetti monster convicted my heart, and that you need to fucking worship at the feet of the Pastafarian God. And what does that mean to you? Nothing. So like I don't know. Like,
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Like I don't know what. Like I know tons of people that use this argument, but it literally means nothing because it's an experience you had. And if you went to any other religious group, they would tell you that they have had specific individual experiences with their deity, and you would disregard them because you think it's blasphemous. So why should we believe your personal experience that none of us have had over science and rationality?
Why should we believe your man over our men?
Yeah. And it goes beyond that even. Like that whole like the Holy Spirit revealed himself, that is language that was taught to you. Right. That's not language you came up with on your own. You didn't discover that. That's something that was taught to you.
Well, and
so you believe
it. Like if you read the Bible, you will know it teaches, like Jesus teaches the Holy Spirit is the helper. Paul teaches about the Holy Spirit. If we're really gonna go that route, Paul teaches about the Holy Spirit. Jesus doesn't really talk about him. So get that straightened out first. From there, like again, there is no benchmark for the Holy Spirit. So literally every Christian I've ever met in my God-forsaken life has said that the Holy Spirit has told them something, yet somehow they all disagree on almost everything. So like where is the benchmark for this, and why are you correct? Because everybody I know that is a Christian has had this Holy Spirit experience and all of their shit doesn't align. And I have read the Bible 5 times, so don't play with me.
I'm letting this just partake. This is entertaining.
Fuck around and find out.
This is where I step back. I mean, I'll defend the science, but I can't say anything about the Bible because I don't work with it.
I spent over 15 years as an evangelical and super into apologetics. And when I left, I went me too. I went the other route. And so, like, I know what the Bible says. I'm very familiar with it. And I also know what it says in a lot of the original language. Not all of it, for sure, but I have certainly done my homework in this area. So to sort of, like, run these very stale, tired arguments that every Christian makes, it's, like, not really going to work.
No. Well, that's the same thing whenever people bring up, oh, yeah, well, we have proof of the ark. I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. Which one? Because there's like 15 different discoveries of the ark that I can define as not discoveries of the ark. So
that's where you step in.
That's where I step in. When people give me solid proof versus linguistic writings, it's very different. But
and again, Jason, like you just keep quoting the Bible, but the Bible is the motherfucking claim.
Yeah. So if you can quote anything else to describe why the Bible would be worthy of us trusting it, besides the Bible itself, because if the Bible's like, hey, trust me, that's the whole point we're trying to make, is we can't just trust somebody that blindly says, hey, trust me.
Right. Effectively, if that was the case, then we could also believe the Quran blindly. But you would consider that blasphemous. So, like, where is the proof that the Bible is the book we should trust? You cannot.
I don't know about you guys, but the Book of Mormon is like amazing.
And the thing is, like, with the Book of John specifically, like, John is the latest gospel. What's interesting about that? So Paul is the earliest recorded mention of Jesus, Christianity that we have. The very earliest book is First Thessalonians. That is the very first earliest Christian document that we have. And Paul wrote like 4 or 5 books before the first gospel was written. The first gospel was Mark, and then came Matthew, and then came Luke. And John came like 10 years after Luke. Matthew, Mark, and Luke share like 45% of the same information. John is like 90% unique. Like nobody else makes the same claim that John does. That's where Jesus is like, I and the Father are one. No one comes to the Father except through me. So John is like very unique in his claims. So Paul, like, let's talk about the virgin birth, right? Jesus was born of a virgin. Paul doesn't mention a virgin birth. Mark does not mention a virgin birth. Then comes along Matthew and Luke. Matthew and Luke do mention a virgin birth. So, like, this is where textual criticism comes into place. Like, what do the earliest mentions of Jesus say versus the later mentions? If you started a religion based off of First Thessalonians, or even Mark, the earliest gospel, versus John, the latest gospel, you would have 2 entirely different religions. The problem is with the Gospels, when they wrote their Gospels, they had no intentions of having their books being compiled into a larger book with other Gospels. They had no intention of that. They wrote their Gospel for a specific audience, for a specific purpose, to push a specific agenda. You know, Luke was anti-Semitic, so was John. Matthew was not so much. Mark was not so much. So, like, you could look at this and say they had their own fucking agenda. So if you based a religion off of one gospel, you would have 4 entirely different religions. Where was I going with this? That's what I'm saying. Early Christianity was entirely unidentifiable in regards to what we see today. Early Christians did not believe the same things that we believe today about Christianity, about Jesus, about the Trinity. It was entirely different. So when John comes around and says, hey, Jesus was actually God, you guys, Paul, Matthew, Mark, Luke would all say, no, they were all adoptionists. They believed something entirely different than what John believed. So now we have to figure out what's Christians, not we. Christians have to try and reconcile that. And they jump through hoops. They jump through their own asshole to try and figure out how to make it make sense.
Yeah. So
sorry,
in the chat right now, we have Jason demanding that I answer his question. So let's fucking go.
Go.
I'm out.
Hate when people use the no true Scotsman fallacy, because it is assuming that they have some fucking benchmark that they've met that other people have not met. Not only is it invalidating and disrespectful, it's incredibly condescending, and it allows you to believe that you are in some superior position to everybody fucking else. Also, Captain Dadpool, sorry for my language this evening, but like fully out of cares. So Romans 10:13 says that everyone that calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. That's how I know I was a Christian, because I called on the name of the Lord, therefore I was saved. If you're asking, like, what did I do as a Christian, then we're getting super legalistic, but I can let you know what I did as a Christian for 15 plus years. Church every Sunday, youth group every Wednesday, prayed every night, Bible study in my house, YWAM, Christian school, mission trips, Acquire the Fire. Like,
Acquire the Fire.
Like what? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I interrupt for a second? I don't know what that means.
Which part?
The Inquire the Fire? What was that?
Inquire the Fire was like a youth conference that I went to every single year.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just didn't know. Go on.
No. Don't be sorry. Like, ask away.
No, go on. I'm just curious. Go on.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying that.
I did all of the things. Why am I cussing at you? I cuss at everyone, and if you're going to be offended by that, then like see yourself out. This is how I talk. I'm not gonna.
I love it. I love it so much.
So like I dedicated my entire existence to Jesus, to spreading his message, and to understanding him further, and to trying to have a connection and a relationship with him. So again, like, why are you, or why is anybody the standard bearer for who is a real Christian? Unless you are of the belief that God selects a very specific amount of people, which is way closer to Mormonism, than the Bible says. And the Bible says if anyone calls on the name of the Lord, they will be saved. That's how I know I was saved. So until you can show me some Bible verse that says differently, and when you do, I will let you know the Bible then contradicts itself. That's how I know I was a Christian. How do you know you're a Christian?
And Water Blanc, you say that you're still trying to seek Jesus at the behest of your girlfriend. Are you really trying to seek him, or are you just like appeasing her? And also, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do not recommend 0 out of 10.
No, yeah, do not recommend. Agreed on that. I just wanted to address it because I was like, that's interesting.
Real quick, I just want to say, like Jason, like we appreciate guys like you coming in here and like offering this kind of like rebuttals. Like it gives us something to talk about. We don't want this to be an echo chamber. We don't want like 20 atheists in here like talking, like saying the same thing. So appreciate like you coming in and saying shit like we might be aggressive towards you. Don't take it personally. But we appreciate you and guys like you who will come in. Oh shit, hang on. What's up, Jeff?
He's Jeff.
There he is.
Oh, hello.
It's Jeff. Hi, Jeff. How are you doing?
I hit my face with my headset putting it on, and I think.
No.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
Amateur.
Karma. No, I'm just kidding.
Could be.
Probably. How are you been? I haven't talked to you in forever.
I've been good. I just got back from Colorado.
I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
Colorado?
Colorado.
Oh.
I went and
Colorado is paradise. I went there once. I was there for like 12 hours. That was just.
I was in Estes Park, and there's
That's my namesake.
Yeah, so I was in Estes Park, and there's a little store on the side of the road on the way to Rocky Mountain National.
Yes, there is.
And it has a bunch of rocks. So I was thinking about you when I walked by, like all kinds of stuff I don't know how to pronounce. They had meteorites too. I almost bought a meteorite.
Is my family namesake. So yeah, that's totally like my heritage back there. So love that. I love that you went. It's so much fun.
Yeah, beautiful area.
Mm-hmm. Did you go stay in the
I
hotel?
want to retire in Colorado, Denver specifically.
Denver's cool.
Like I did a cross country trip. Like I went to like Las Vegas and I stopped there, and it's like you can experience in Denver. You can experience the city and like everything you could ever dream of in the city. There's like people. There's like bike walks everywhere, and then you go like 5 miles west. And it's just wilderness and everything you could ever want to experience in the wilderness. So it's like the best of the city and the best of the wilderness within like 3 miles of each other.
Which is why it's so expensive to live there.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. like that is good times.
Welcome to California.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Well,
oh God, yeah.
The California people are going to Colorado and Texas, and then the values there climb.
Yeah. So, no, and the amount of people going to Montana right now, I don't understand why Wyoming isn't more popular. I guess there's a thing on the internet saying Wyoming doesn't actually exist, which bothers me. It bothers me a little bit because I really love Wyoming and Montana.
I don't think most people know most of the states, so they probably don't know what. Like Nebraska isn't a state that you can point to on a map easily.
Yeah.
It's a very forgettable state, like Kansas.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. All those plain states, damn it.
What did you knock a tooth out or something? What's going on?
Oh.
I went back through all your videos like the last week. I can't find any information.
It's been more than a week.
Well, okay, well, I don't know why I haven't noticed it up until now. What the hell did you do?
I'm going to go get more alcohol. I need more alcohol.
God damn it.
I knocked this one out.
Motley crew going on here.
I lost this one to a snowboard.
You lost what?
This tooth. This one's fake.
See, I lost this tooth to a backflip that someone on my live challenged me to do, and it didn't go very well.
Apparently, I went. I was up at I was at Arapahoe Basin, and we were hiking and doing some snowboarding, and I was, put your board in the snow and then pull yourself up because it was like a pretty steep thing, and I slipped, and the board slipped out of my hand, and then my face went right onto the edge of the board and just knocked that out.
Oh.
Oof.
And then
I've always wanted to try snowboarding.
Well, if you got luckily you have the physique for it. There is a lot of muscles that you don't use in your legs that, now I don't have those muscles anymore, but I used to do like 30 days a year. And my friends were with me because I don't go alone, especially not to a more like advanced high altitude course. And they're down below the tree line, like waiting for me to come down and videotape it or whatever. And they're like, "Where are you? Like, what's going on?" And, I'm bleeding from my tooth, and I'm also out of breath now because we're at like 13,000 feet. And I'm like, my tooth out, and they're like, what are you saying? And I'm like, I can't, I couldn't catch my breath. And then I had to, that was like day 5 of a 10-day vacation.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
a halfway point.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had this huge like gash in the tooth cut out until I could get back to Georgia and have it repaired.
Nah.
Yeah. So don't do that.
It's okay.
You should debate Matt Powell.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
The name sounds familiar.
Like Colin Powell? Is it his son?
Matt Powell? The name sounds very familiar. I'll debate Matt Powell. I don't know who he is, but I'll debate him.
Yeah, I don't. It's really not
I'm not a debater. I'm more of a researcher. So someone
I'm
can
a master
debater.
debater.
I'm just going to find the reasons why they're wrong.
We could make it a group debate, like a mass group debate.
That's teaming up on the group. Well, I don't know who he is.
You don't like group master debates?
Master debates.
I'm a master debater. Yep.
Group master debates.
No.
group master debating. Yep.
I just don't. It depends. Yep. It depends on the topic. Like, if it's a topic that I like, I'll debate it. If it's a topic I don't like, then why would I do that?
That's a good point. Yeah. If someone wants to debate me on evolution, I can jump in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, okay, you don't have to know their position. It doesn't matter. Like if someone wants to debate whether or not Noah's Ark was real to me, like, cool, God. I'll take that debate. Like, all right. If someone wants to debate unicorns exist, like, okay, like I'll take that debate. It's an easy one. If someone wants to debate like the possibilities of, based on this logical argument, the existence of a God, I'm like, I don't really like. It sounds kind of boring.
Yeah.
I recently challenged.
Jesus is also a sun god. Hold on. Wait.
What?
Sorry, something just blew my mind. How is Jesus a sun god?
Because he's the son of God.
Oh, that's funny. Ha 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 ha.
Well, no,
I feel lost right now.
When hold on, no, I think when he's talking about when Constantine had his vision.
Yes.
He thought it was the sun god, but
yes.
like a spiritual interpreter told him no, it's actually Jesus.
And that's what he put on his shield.
Literally prove that Allah is a false god. Prove it.
Right now?
Well, no, that's what he's saying. Allah's a false god.
Oh.
Prove it.
Well, they're all false.
Wait. Who said that?
I'm confused. What's happening?
Wait.
Everything.
Was this in the chat? I missed it.
Yeah. So Jason says, Allah is a false god, a sun god, if you do your research. Okay, well, prove that he's a false god. Prove that Jesus is a real god. Prove that fucking Ra and Osiris are false gods. Like, prove it.
But
I believe in Ra more than I believe in Jesus.
Like Constantine, right? Constantine put a sun on his shield when he went to take back the city from his brother.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
It wasn't a sun. It was like an X.
It was the
and P.
Yeah, the XP thing, which is
like
supposed to be for the sun god.
C and a Piro,
Yeah,
which meant Christ in Greek.
yeah,
But yeah, essentially, and he thought it was the sun god at first.
yeah.
Um,
Simpletons. They're so simple.
Okay, so
Are you reading the notes as well?
my responses are.
I'm
reading
I'm
them.
way behind.
Allah and Yahweh are literally the same God.
Allah and Yahweh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that Dragons knows more about this because he's putting stuff in there, but I'm sure this is.
I was gonna say he's adding stuff left and right.
Yeah, this is his area of
reading this.
expertise.
Yeah, Allah
I'm
doesn't pay
gonna-
alimony. You are correct. Allah does not pay alimony. Nope.
What does that even mean? Who are these people? What does that mean?
Allah is more akin to El than Yahweh.
Oh.
Yahweh and El are two entirely different gods. I know the Bible lumps them together to be the same God, but they're not. They're very different. And Allah is more akin to Yahweh, Allah is more akin to El. Yahweh was a storm god and a healer. And then, like, when Jesus calmed the seas, that's like a shout out to Yahweh being a storm god, by the way.
Like Poseidon?
Like Poseidon, exactly. Like, it's weird how all this shit like meshes together, right?
It's almost like it's previous
it's
stories.
almost like it's all bullshit.
This is what I'm telling people when I say there's evolution within cultures. This is how it works.
Hold on.
In stories and everything.
Two things.
Captain Dadpool,
Two
you
things.
claim
Well,
Jesus
three
never
things.
said he was God, but a quick Google search shows he was. Oh.
Hey,
We've-
you
like,
guys
how many
keep telling me
videos have
Bigfoot's
been
not
made on
real,
this?
but a quick Google search and Bigfoot's real.
Let's table Bigfoot for a second. Let's table it. Just for a second.
Jesus never said he was God.
He never said
He said
wasn't God.
he and God
Y'all
are
don't
one.
understand what
He
Son
said they're
of Man
equal.
means.
So you don't believe in the Trinity anymore? Wait, I'm confused.
What?
Huh?
You said he and God are equal, so wouldn't that be
Hey,
like
Eddie.
he
They're
isn't
not
a thing?
equal. They don't know the same stuff.
So even Paul believed that Jesus was equal to God. That wasn't the issue.
Oh.
Because at the time it was not as monotheistic as we like to think. Jesus made claims to divinity, absolutely, especially in John. But he never said, I am God. He said, I and the Father are one. But he also says, I can't do anything without the permission of the Father. In John, right? So that is a clear claim to subservience to Yahweh. Jesus was subservient. That's why the earliest Christian groups were subservient. Apollonius, Galen, the earliest Christian fathers were adoptionists and subservientists. They did not believe that Jesus was literally God. They believed that Jesus was separate, maybe equal, but usually subservient. Anyway.
But also, like, can we just also address that, like, the fact that it is written in the Gospels doesn't mean that Jesus actually said it. It means that somebody repeated this story over and over and over again, and then some author, decades removed, took it and was like, all right, I want it to mean this thing, so I'm gonna and then
you're telling me when Jesus was in private praying to himself, there was nobody in the room writing it down?
What?
Yeah, I know. It's mind-blowing. It's fucking mind-blowing. Yeah. But, like...
Yeah, he was always agnostic Christian, whatever.
So here's an interesting development.
Thanks, Eddie. I've opened up my position.
Yeah. Like, Jason,
I challenged an
Bible
agnostic
the
atheist to a
Bible,
debate,
and
and he
discussed how that's just
he just
wrong.
like disappeared.
I'm listening.
No, continue, Jess.
Like-
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was
Deadpool.
just saying, Jason continues to use the Bible to prove the Bible, and that's like, in what universe would you be able to do that with anything else? That's like me saying, like, there's an invisible, like, unicorn in my garage. He disappears when you try to look at him. But I wrote it down in my journal, therefore it's true. And when you tell me it's not true, I'm like, here's my journal. Like,
Yeah, obviously
use an
true.
Oh, yeah.
outside
Wrote it
source.
down.
What does that mean?
Huh?
Use an outside source.
Super sticker. We can't
What?
What
see
is a
it.
super sticker? I know
He
the
sent
super
us-
chat.
I mean,
He
they
sent
paid
a
to
super
put
sticker.
it up there.
It's the same thing as a super chat. He paid to put up a sticker that says sneak peek.
Oh, well, thank you,
Oh my god.
master of the oop.
It's $2.
Master of the oop.
The WP.
Yep.
World Police. I think that's what that stands for.
Y'all, I just came with the rates this evening.
He was never Gnostic in the first place about his position.
I'm confused. Eddie, why do you keep jumping?
He didn't go. It's the same position. He was
I'm
always an
serious.
agnostic theist. I don't.
Look, I wrote it in my journal.
See, we knew that about
Spider-Man
them,
is
but
real,
we
and
did
if you
not,
want proof, I'll go get a comic book.
Yeah, it's fine.
Spider-Man is awesome. Okay, I love that, and
There's
I'm
more
Spider-Man
movies
real.
about Spider-Man than there are
There's
Jesus,
multiple books
That's
written about
true!
Harry Potter.
and multiple universes
and
Oh,
multiple
so
comic
exciting.
books. 100 years from now, someone can find a Spider-Man comic and be like, "Spider-Man really did exist, and New York's a real place. It used to be right here. We have real." We have
There's
we have
movies.
evidence. We have architectural evidence of New York.
Documentaries.
It's proof
About
that Spider-Man was real.
Technically speaking, most of the original comics are already archaeologically relevant
Correct.
because they're historic.
Yes. These are real historic documents.
Yep, historic documents.
Alcohol.
Spider-Man
Go
is
get
the
more alcohol.
most written
Go
about
get more.
superhero
I
of
have
all
some.
time. He's the most historically documented superhero.
Y'all, I'm gonna. Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna
The Spider-Man
put on pause
Gospel
for
comic?
2.5.
Am I missing something?
She said she'll be back in 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, 2.5.
Okay, Correa, what is the Spider-Man Gospel comic?
Well, a quick Google search says,
Oh boy, do it.
I don't know.
I'm fine. I will. Spider-Man Gospel comic. I gotta see this.
You going to answer, Mother, what drew you to Jesus for 15 years? No, she's not here to answer, so sorry.
All
I never
see is a
publicly
dog's
questioned the
ass.
Trinity or incarnation or gods. I defended them. Well, look, Eddie, I don't think that you ever claimed absolute certainty as to the knowledge of whether or not Jesus Christ was God. That would put you in an agnostic position. So I always considered you an agnostic Christian, one that was not 100% definite sure about the knowledge of Jesus's existence. So you being a
Bye,
Gnostic
dragons.
Christian was new to me.
So
topic
the
tonight-
Spider-Man Gospel comic is it's quite literally a comic of Spider-Man picking up one of the Jehovah Witness pamphlets
Uh-huh.
and being
burning
like,
it?
"Here, read the Word of God," and he walks away. It's just like one page in one of the comic books. I think that's really funny.
Something drew her to Jesus. What was it? Probably indoctrination, societal norms.
She was
family?
born into it.
Born into it. Yeah. It's a million different-
Hey,
Oh, what you got there, Jess?
I like it. We're doing some mixed drinks.
Just some scotch. It's fine.
Just some scotch. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's good.
Scotch. So let me tell you what drew me to Christ.
I will say I'm disappointed that you put ice in there, but I'm gonna let it go.
It's okay. Just let it go. I need it to be cold. It's fucking hot here.
I believe it. That's fine.
So, also, I'm not like a huge scotch drinker usually, but it's what's in the house, so we're just gonna go with it.
It's fine.
Apparently, we're going to talk about my life story, so let's just get into it.
The floor is
Your
yours.
life story. Let's do it.
The
Yeah.
floor is yours.
No, it won't really be my life story. I'm going to try and condense it. The short version is, indoctrination. I grew up, my parents were not Christians when I was born. They found Christ later in their life. And so I was introduced to the church at a fairly young age. I want to say around 7 or 8. And the way the church operates is insidious. They tell you to come as you are. Jesus loves you so much. Jesus loves you just as you are. And then as soon as you get into the church, they tell you that because Jesus loves you so much, he cannot leave you where you are. And so you are taught from a young age that you are inherently bad. You were born sinful, original sin, and then you get all of this other indoctrination along with it. And because I was young and my parents believed something and they told me the end of the world was coming and, the world's ending in your lifetime and yada, 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 I thought they were correct. So of course I accepted the Lord into my heart, and then I continued to try and seek him for 15 years. That's what it was. And I can already feel the argument coming where it's like, well, you never truly believed. And what I have to say to you is, why do you get to be the judge of that? What is the benchmark? What is the waterline here? It's really easy to say, oh, you never believed because you left the faith. It's a lot harder to prove that. And like, you and nobody else is going to invalidate over 15 years of my life that I spent deeply invested in trying to form and nurture a relationship with a deity that never responded. Yeah. And if we're going to say that Jesus wants a personal relationship, where was he at? In the years and years and years that I spent every single day at church and at school that was Christian, and praying and reading my Bible and teaching classes and doing devotions and going to conferences and all of these things, where was he at? So that's how I became a Christian. And then I continued down that path because I thought he was the one true God, because I believed the Bible. And then when I started looking at outside sources, it became abundantly clear that the Bible is in fact not reliable. And also that supernatural claims cannot be proven or disproven. So to continually claim that these supernatural happenings, like the Bible being inspired by a deity, is what makes it true, is just demonstrably, you cannot verify it. So it stops the conversation and it stops the point. You can no longer discuss it because it's not provable. It's not disprovable. And so we end up at this stalemate where you've decided, or people have decided, that like I was not a real Christian because I didn't stay in the faith. And we circle back to this no true Scotsman fallacy, where you're allowed to discount other people's experiences in order to confirm your own.
Here's Duncan. There's a reason why atheists end up spending a lot of time talking about Christianity. It's because Christians don't accept the fact that we're atheists, and we have to prove to them, for some ungodly reason,
It's just
why we've chosen this path.
Oh my fucking God. Sorry.
Just
It's odd that you did not believe in original sin. I did believe in original sin, and I now think that it's fucking child abuse to teach a young child that they are born inherently bad. It is abuse, and it creates a lifetime of trauma, and it's basically like being in a relationship with a narcissistic man or woman, for that matter, where they teach you, A, you're nothing without them, B, you'll be nothing if you leave, C, they need you to survive. Like, that is narcissism 101.
Let's lighten the topic for a second. Just lighten it up.
Sorry.
Out of the four of us, it was requested, out of the four of us, if we had to do a fight to the finish, who do you think would win? Dustin says I would, hands down.
Wait, like physical fight?
I think so, yeah.
I fight dirty.
I know you fight dirty. Dadpool has the training though, so I don't know, but I'm sneaky, and I'm not afraid to use my surroundings.
It's whoever has the lowest empathy levels.
Yeah, I will.
Ooh, that would probably be me.
Like, make men around me feel bad. And then when they're like, "Oh shit," I just.
Yeah. See, girls play dirty though. No, see, empathy levels, if it was like survival of the fittest thing,
yes.
I'm down. Like, I have no empathy. It's gone.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't like people, and yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about you killing people you know.
That's fair, but it's also fair to say that I don't think, I would probably kill you guys and then kill myself because I care more about the environment than I do us living.
Like, to be honest, I would just flash y'all. Like, when you were like, what's going on, I would just peace out.
Well, now I already know the plan.
No, but we're not time. Also, my dad taught me how to be a pretty good shot, but whatever.
Oh, hey, arrow.
Nat's got the machete cleaver. he's not wrong. I do have the machete cleaver. Jess, have you seen it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The
My machete cleaver?
No.
That whole thing.
Oh, I guess I gotta whip out my knife again. It
makes an appearance in like every stream.
It's like it's a bastard hybrid of a machete and a cleaver.
We love to see it.
It's a fucking machete cleaver. It's my man machete.
My machete.
Anyway.
Hey, what do we think about the distinction between agnostics and atheists?
That's two different questions.
Yeah.
One question is, what do you believe? The other one is, what do you know?
Yeah.
I don't believe in a God. I don't know if one exists. Two different questions.
Yeah.
I think agnostics are pussies.
You're an agnostic.
I'm not agnostic.
Yes, you are. Do you know that there? Do you know?
I ask you, like,
Everyone's agnostic.
God. You can't.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone's
The
agnostic.
difference is between. Oh shit! I didn't even mean to start. Okay.
Come at me, ho.
Oh, this got violent.
Of course, nobody knows for sure that there is no
You
God,
brought
but that
out
is
the
not the
machete.
claim of the atheist. The atheist claims they don't believe there's a God for lack of sufficient evidence.
No,
The
you're talking
agnostic says
No.
the agnostic position is I don't believe that the nature of God could be. No. Let's hear it.
Tell him.
Agnosticism is knowledge. Belief is atheist. So if you're an agnostic, then you don't know. If you're Gnostic, then you know. If you're a theist, then you believe. If you're an atheist, you don't believe.
Right. So
I'm saying I don't have enough
Here's a nice little
evidence
infographic.
to believe either way.
Put that picture
That's
up.
my position.
I believe in science. I believe in what I can prove.
Okay.
I'm saying agnosticism is a cop out. That's what I'm saying.
But you are agnostic.
Yeah, bro, you cannot prove that there's no God.
You
Never said I could.
Okay, do you know if there is or is not a God?
Yeah, prove it.
No.
Then you're agnostic.
Exactly.
No.
Welcome to agnosticism, my friend. Isn't
Listen,
it great?
Dadpool, I put a picture in the private chat.
Oh no, we're converting him.
Pull up
No.
the picture explains everything. Just pull up the picture. It makes sense.
All right.
It's all
I'm
good.
looking. I'm going. Let's see.
Oh
It'll make
no.
sense.
It's a
I feel
link.
like
You send me a link.
agnostic
God damn it.
atheist is like a good term.
Bring it up. You got two screens.
I don't think there's a God, but I
Page
can't
isn't
prove it.
working.
Try the first link.
I'll try the first one. There we go. Okay.
Just look at the picture. Okay. You have Gnostic,
Gnostic,
atheist,
atheist.
Gnostic, theist, atheist. There you go.
Does God believe? Only God.
Thank you, Raichu, for making that point. Sorry, you guys keep going. I'm just reading the chat and
No,
appreciate
Rachel's
folks
absolutely on point.
picking
There.
up for me.
I'm with it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read this and digest it more on my own time.
It's a picture.
Ooh. This is exciting. Dadpool might have to make a TikTok about it.
What?
I might. I fucking might.
Well, that's the reason why I don't claim to be atheist,
You
No.
are atheist.
but I am.
Yeah. But people have a problem with the terminology. And that's one reason that we're not represented well, because people are afraid to call themselves an atheist.
So here's the thing. If
That's
I
what I'm
could
saying.
mark
That's what I'm
off
saying.
on,
Gnostics
like,
are
a
pussies.
Census, what do I believe? And the only option was atheist versus, I don't know, Christian or whatever. I would mark atheist. But ultimately, if I was going to have an honest conversation with someone about my beliefs, it would just be that I don't know, and I can't prove. Those are the things. But in order to have voting power or political power, I would absolutely identify as an atheist, but I would not be willing to stand up in a debate and say that I could prove to somebody that there's no God, because
But that's not the position of an atheist. That would be anti.
Yeah, I would never say that.
you
You
don't
say-
believe there's a God.
That's
But I'm
atheist.
saying, how could I know?
That's knowledge. That's Gnosticism.
Right? How could I know that there's a God? I can't. So I am an agnostic.
Agnostic atheist.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Ultimately, I think agnostic atheist is the better term, because you're saying I don't think or believe there's a God, but I don't know.
But they also, in church, say the atheists don't believe in God. And so that's where they get that information.
Well, that's because they're saying the atheists don't believe.
The atheists
our
also
God.
apparently believe in Satan because they're atheists.
Oh, dude, I'm about to
Yeah,
join.
we worship the devil. Didn't you guys know?
Oh yeah, no, we're totally Satanists.
We're not
Atheists.
atheists.
We're
We just
atheistic
worship the
Satanists.
devil.
But to be honest, Satan seems a lot cooler, and from what I've heard, he wants to give me everything I want.
Right.
So I'm
Right?
like, sign me up.
He sounds
Let
like
me
a stand-up
know.
guy.
He
If
was
I
the only
want
one trying to help
I
us.
know.
give
I
me
heard this
everything I
whole
want.
like goat face thing was kind of bullshit. So
It's fine. Just like I don't know, whatever you need, Satan, you let me know.
no, Correa, I didn't
If
get the
God-
pamphlet. I would like the Satanist pamphlet, please.
If you go to the
Seems like I got you, boo.
Jason said, and I want to answer this one.
I'll
God
go for it.
forbid, since we are all going to die, if you were on a deathbed and knew you were going to die, would you remain an atheist?
Yahweh is a moral monster.
Yeah, but here's the
Yes.
thing, Jason. If I don't believe that cars can fly, I can't on my deathbed decide to reverse my belief and believe that cars can fly. In the same way, if I don't believe Jesus exists, unless you provide some sort of data that removes that disbelief,
Yeah.
I
Belief is
remain
not a
in that
choice.
position. I would have to lie on my deathbed, which is a sin, to say that I believe in Jesus. I'd have to lie about it. And I don't think you want
Yep.
any of us lying. We're just being honest.
Like,
That's why we don't believe.
Is not a choice. Like
Yeah,
I
you
can
don't
tell
choose
you that if you go outside, the sky is going to be purple and the fucking plants are going to be orange. Like my grass is going to be orange, and
You can't
and I
believe
could say
that.
I'll pay you $1,000 if you believe this, and then you could say, okay, I believe it. You don't believe it. You're just agreeing with me because you
Yep.
think it's going to benefit you, but you don't actually believe that the sky is purple and my grass is going to be orange.
I think you just summed up 90% of Christians. They believe you because they think they can get something out of it.
Yes.
Eternal
Welcome
life.
to
Just in case.
15 years of my life.
But they
Yeah.
don't actually believe it, because if they actually believed it, then they would be doing what Jesus said. Like
Sell all your
giving up all their
possessions.
possessions
Fucking
and
eyes out.
coming to follow him. They would be believing in pro-choice versus pro-life. They would have a lot of, oh God, what happened?
You pissed her off.
I
Oh no.
the abortion topic.
Way to go, Jeff. Goddamn.
But yeah, they would be acting a lot different, because I guarantee if I was a truly believing Christian, and I used to think about this stuff all the time when I was a Christian, it's like, well, what if I don't sell all my possessions? It says it clearly here. You know that you're supposed to, and you choose not to. You're doing that. Why? Because you're not 100% sure that the Bible's correct. Because if you were, you wouldn't be screwing around with it. You'd lock yourself in a room and pray all day. You know, you wouldn't take any risk. Why would you have a cell phone? Cell phone's nothing but a problem. You don't need that. What do you need a job for? Like, your only job should be working at the church and doing the missionary work. There should be no reason to go to,
There she is. Welcome back. Sorry.
Fucking whole bitch, but yeah, thank you.
That's an argument I've made a lot. Is not really any such thing as a real Christian, because if you really believed that everyone who did not have the same beliefs as you would burn for eternity in hell, and it was your job to save them from, like, you wouldn't be going to the movies.
No.
You wouldn't be playing video games. You would spend every minute that you possibly could. You'd spend all your resources, all your money trying to convey that message.
Yeah,
But you
had a
really
nihilism
don't hear
problem.
that much.
I was a nihilist as a Christian. And it wasn't because I was like, well, what's the point? I didn't go to my high school prom.
No.
I didn't date anybody in middle school or high school because I was like, I don't want any temptations.
Yep.
I avoided
Oh.
social gatherings. I avoided video games, TV, internet, all that stuff, because I was like, that's unnecessary. Why do I care about this stuff? And then, then there's a little bit of resentment later because I feel like I missed out on some stuff, in my youth because of that. But no one actually told me, like, my parents didn't sit down and tell me that those things were meaningless, that you don't need to do this stuff. It was something I did myself based on the information I was given in the Bible.
I mean, my parents straight up told me that the world was going to end in my lifetime, and that I would likely be tortured and martyred for my faith. And when I was like, I really want to, I just want to go to college because I'm a huge nerd. And they were like, well, we'll just have to see. And so, like, everything seemed like, what does any of this even matter? Because
you're going to die
end game
anyway.
is heaven. Yeah.
This much.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think that's a huge problem today where we see, well, at least I see Christians who see these issues, climate change, I don't know, whatever, and are like, well, come quickly, Lord Jesus. And I'm like, y'all,
they want to just see this shit burn.
Right. It's like, y'all want to die. It is a death cult. It is a doomsday cult. I will die on this fucking hill. Christianity is a death cult because y'all just want to die in order to go to heaven, because that's the only way that you can actually, that's the only way you believe that you can actually be made like holy, righteous, reconciled with God, whatever.
Why would you take medication as a Christian to extend your life on earth, which is meaningless?
Right. Like, and that leads to another discussion about mental health that, like, I don't know if we want to have tonight. Because apparently I'm just going all in on the like rage cage.
You know what? I love that you woke up and chose violence today. This is wonderful.
What brand of Christianity were your parents?
I wake up swinging.
Evangelical, I believe, is what she said, right?
Yeah. So technically, my church was non-denominational.
Yeah.
Of course, like every. Yeah. No, non-denominational. But when I describe it to other people, I use the terms charismatic, evangelical, Pentecostal, and not Pentecostal in the sense where it's like I always had to wear skirts. I didn't, but like just very much like gifts of the Spirit and like everybody speaking in tongues and being slain in the Spirit and the Holy Spirit's moving and we're like casting out demons every motherfucking Sunday.
I gotta do that.
Huh?
I need to go undercover. Me and Pop.
Oh, right. I really want to go to one of those snake worshiping places. Like, I want to see one of the pastors get bit by the snake.
The current thing on the table is getting me to go to a church somewhere in South Georgia to get baptized with black bath bombs in my pocket.
Oh yeah,
I
thought about that too.
I've seen that.
Jeff, did you hear about my story about the I was in high school and I was gonna hang out with a friend, and in order to hang out with him, he was like his family was gonna go to the lake right after the church service, so I went to church service with him. But he was one of those kids that wasn't really popular, but he was a magician. Ooh. And at one point in time, he handed me the hymnal because we were about to sing, and I opened it up, and there was a few pieces of the phosphorus flash paper. So I open it up, and fire comes out, and I shut the book. And I had to excuse myself for a minute because people around me were just like, "Oh God, Satan's in the building."
Jason, why would nobody want to die? Why would a Christian not want to die? That would get you to heaven in your belief. So why would you not want to die? I don't understand what you're saying.
Earth is like a shitty holding place for every Christian. Like,
what, you want eternal happiness? What do you care? Like, what is this?
That's why Christians want to be martyred so bad.
I'm getting converted to Islam.
They fucking jack off to the idea.
Yeah.
Look at the comments. I have a request to join Islam.
Please tell me I can't pray in school. Tell me I can't do it.
Have you considered Islam, bitch?
I dare you.
Islam.
No one's ever offered me Islam before, but I refuse. It's okay.
It's a really good. If you want to read it in English, I read the Quran twice in English. It's awful. It's obviously written by desert-dwelling, nomad tribesmen.
Okay, wait. Okay, I just want to make sure that you weren't going to be insulting to the culture. But okay, go ahead. Sorry, just go on.
That's where it came from.
You're right. Okay.
Christianity, desert dwellers.
Mm-hmm.
So
hold
on. I want to go about this a different way. Most pure religion highly treat you women with most respect. Isn't like honor killing a thing? If you don't wear a hijab, your dad can murder you.
Oh wait, so am I already dead in this religion? Like I show up and they're like.
Women can't get their rightful inheritance or can't have the same inheritance as men can.
Did you know that nowhere in the Quran does it address women first person?
Do you also know that in the Bible it never talks about women sleeping with women? So I'm going to go because it's not a sin.
Well, they just assumed you wouldn't have, any say in the matter. So they would just.
I get around at this point, but not. No, I'm just kidding, but kind of. But also, the Bible just doesn't talk about females sleeping with other females. So, what's your take on that, my guys?
Yeah, right.
It is eternal from Allah.
No,
We
it's
have
not.
proved this.
Here's what I'll convert to Islam tonight if you can prove somehow that Muhammad was visited by an angel sent by God and not a time traveler.
Why?
Go-
Oh,
Why?
Oh, that's
Very-
good.
that's
heard that
intriguing.
You.
Now
Okay.
Why was he?
all the data could have come from a time traveler. They could have seen the future and given him all this information. So how do you know this message came from an angel from God who couldn't even deliver his own message?
The Raven,
firsthand?
evermore.
Bro, Jeff, I love you. That's all. Thank you.
Banana buoy. Excellent.
So I'll be converting tonight as soon as he gets the proof.
It was a demon he was visited by, according to Jason.
Yeah, there you go. Could be a demon, or maybe
Do not be
an extra from
deceived.
another planet.
Was demon.
What?
I like pointing out how the Quran says that Jesus or the Christians believe that Jesus was the Son of God, and the Jews believe that Ezra was the Son of God. I'm like,
Oh, shit, they're gonna get the
that's
evidence.
not
Hold
a
on.
Jewish belief.
Outside of the Quran, I'm fucking ready.
Where's that?
Jason, prove that Jesus was risen without using the Bible.
Yeah, and prove that Jesus wasn't a demon.
Let me know. Hit me up.
Jesus.
Dilly, you don't think that someone that rose from the motherfucking dead would have been written down by somebody
Yeah.
Not only that,
before?
we don't have an
4 years
inscription.
later?
We don't have a piece of paper. We don't have any physical evidence. We don't have the name of Jesus in the first 100 years of Christianity. Nobody.
Frankly, his name's Josh.
Whatever. So you have the big thing that you look at from a historical context is trade routes. So the area where he was killed would have been the central hub of all trade routes at the time. You had all these different routes and people would travel for the Passover and for things. So these stories would have gone around
Completely
and you would see this dissipation of the story over time as it spread out from that central area. But it's not what happened. We have nothing, no data.
Oh,
So it's
what
more
do you mean prove science stuff?
What would
And
you
What do you mean science stuff?
prove science
I
works?
can
when use
literally
on
redo
the internet.
experiments in front of myself and in front of you, in front of the camera, to prove
Oh.
that what was demonstrated by a scientist is still true today.
Science.
That's how
Hold on.
science works.
Bro, I
It-
fucking
the
can't.
the earliest non-biblical account of
I'm
Jesus
broken.
was Josephus, right?
Mm.
The Testimony of Flavium was a late Christian forgery. There might have been a core passage to it, whatever.
Wait,
regardless,
was
Josephus
Oh,
talks
yeah.
about like other messianic figures way more than he talks about Jesus. He talks about John the Baptist more than he talks about the biblical Jesus. He talks about the Egyptian, their life, how many followers they had, the claims that they made, their torment, trial, exile, their execution. He details all these things about like 4 different messianic individuals. When it comes to Jesus, he's like, hey, this guy had a brother named James.
Hey,
That's pretty much it.
Jeff,
Pretty much it.
Jeff, did you just read
So-
Luke's comment, or
The Ken Ham thing. So Ken Ham claims that we
Ham.
unless
I hate him.
Oh,
you
shit.
have to be a first hand. Now, Jason, what I want you to understand is the evidence for science is not the book. The evidence for science would be the repetition, the experiments, the ability to make predictions and
accurately
accurate.
accurate predictions?
That's how your computer works. That's how medicine works. That's how you're able to communicate over the internet with satellites in space right now. That is
Jesus
all
was a
from
witch. Yes.
testable, repeatable experiments. The book that puts in, whatever it is, that's just a list. The book is meaningless. If you took a biology book and burned it, and you burned all the biology books anywhere on the planet, and then you had to rediscover everything, you'd end up with a book that's exactly the same, because that's how the data works. If you burned all the Bibles and removed all the Bible knowledge, you wouldn't get the Bible back, because it doesn't work that way. But it's funny to me that people will like the technology we're using right now, the world we have, all this stuff came from experiments and scientific theories. That's how this stuff is built. And you want to question science. Go ahead
on,
and get your cell phone. Get ready.
Nat is arming herself for battle.
I would like to throw these at him. May I?
You may. I'll allow it.
Okay, yeah.
All right, bring him on.
You must.
Oh no, I was just throwing it out there. I'm like, let's talk optical mineralogy, for example. You're going to see the same shit every time that you go onto a rock. A rock is an inorganic substance that is made on the earth. We don't need to be here to prove that it existed before we were here.
What about
it's still here?
What about meteorites?
Oh man, meteorites are really interesting. They were here before the earth.
Are they rocks?
Technically, yes, because a rock doesn't have to be. What?
They didn't come from the earth.
Well, no, I didn't say that all rocks came from the earth. I just simply said that they were solidified elements.
I think he said all rocks came from the earth.
Did he?
No, did you?
No.
I think he did.
Did I? Well, the rocks that we see on a daily basis, but I can cut open a meteorite, still look at it underneath a microscope, and still be able to see the elements that we do see here on Earth. And if we don't, then we found a new one.
Where are you getting meteorites from?
You just mentioned it.
That's a fossil. The thing that starts with a P.
This is older than Jesus.
That's not saying much. We have trees older than that.
Yeah. This is older than Jesus.
This is a trilobite. It's older than Jesus.
This is older than Genesis. This is older than Genesis 1.
Josephus gives James the title of Christ. Jesus is just mentioned.
The Rock was a great wrestler.
Like, I don't even know how to start. Like, Josephus is a fucking mess.
Yeah, it is.
Dude,
most likely forged.
Yeah. I mean, at least most of it is forged. There might be like a core bit of it that's actually true, but he would have been put to death if he actually called Jesus the Messiah. Like, come on, dog.
We have volumes of Josephus's work, like 900 something volumes. And in all of these volumes, I think we have like 2 or 3 volumes of just stuff about his father, who was a high priest in Galilee, as Captain as Pat pointed out before. So 900 volumes. And this dude who caused earthquakes, sky went dark, all this other shit, he only gets a paragraph? Like, even if it's legit, still, like...
Also, like, let me know why only one gospel talks about at the time of the death of Jesus, there was an earthquake, and fucking people rising from the dead and walking around, and nobody else ever talks about it. Anyone?
Yep.
Roger?
So he said, "You are any of you to see that rock made with your own eyes, or just trusting people's opinions? We're not trusting people's opinions. We're trusting the repeatable evidence from experiments."
Have you ever heard of the water cycle? Because there's a similar cycle. It's called the rock cycle.
What happened when we were in school? They were talking about acid rain a lot. What happened with acid rain?
We still have it. The thing with acid rain is that we kind of over exaggerated it. Because at the time that we were in school, the science wasn't quite there. But you still get acid rain in Pennsylvania and most of the Northeast. It's not like you're going to go out there and it's going to burn you. It's just it starts to eat away and deteriorate cement and limestone and things like that. So like I guarantee you, friggin' Dadpool's walked through acid rain before and he's not even noticed it.
Hold on.
Wait. No, sorry. Hold on. Yes, my friend, that's men's opinion. The entire fucking Bible is a man's opinion.
The difference is
that's not it. Here it is.
Ooh, I'm about to elbow drop on it.
Here it is.
The difference is we can use those predictions that the scientific theory makes and give you tangible results. So can you give us tangible results from your Bible? What problem, any problem that has plagued humanity was ultimately solved by something in the Bible?
Ooh, I like that question.
Nothing. We didn't solve cancer. We didn't solve polio. We didn't solve air conditioning. So again, you sit here from your computer, which was created by science, on your cell phone, in your air-conditioned home, that you take your car, all this other like things that you have from scientific theories.
No.
And then want to sit back and shoot holes in it. Get rid of all your shit then.
No, it's fact to be taken by faith.
Yeah, well,
If it was
I trust
fact,
my
it
car
wouldn't
is going
have
to
to be
start in the
taken
morning
by faith.
because
Fact
That's
and
the
truth are
point.
two different things besides faith. Like, that's not the same thing as believing. It's understanding.
If it was a fact that you could prove, it would not have to be taken by faith.
Yeah.
Like, why is this so hard to comprehend? Why?
yeah, isn't gravity just man's opinion?
I do like that. That's a good quote. Yeah. Gravity's just man's opinion.
Also-
Newton only had an opinion and we just all accepted it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, prove.
Why are we not floating right now?
Prove that the earth was cursed when two incestual ass motherfuckers sinned. Prove
Also, I like how it's like, you can't know the water cycle, but I know that man was created from dirt and spit.
Also not true.
Yeah. Are you sure? Were you there? You didn't really? Humans weren't created.
Yeah,
by
were you
dirt?
there? Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you see the person
Yeah.
who witnessed it right down? Did
Yeah.
you witness it?
I mean, if your argument's going to come at us with science,
The first
then
two
the same
chapters
argument
of
come back to you.
Genesis are different myths.
So yeah, Muhammad himself talks about Jesus' death on the cross. Look it up.
Which
I don't know
was
anything
what?
about this.
The 6th century, right?
Yeah. Like nobody knew about that?
Also,
Like-
the fact that Jesus died on a cross doesn't make him divine. Like
So many people died that way. Romans loved torturing people. It
They
was
did,
a
like-
pastime. It was
Josephus
entertainment.
records in the War of the Jews that they crucified so many people that they ran out of wood. Like they had so many fucking
Recycle.
like,
Oh
you have
yes,
Paul,
that's the
Matthew,
fun
Mark,
thing.
Luke,
That's
John,
something that Deathel and
Josephus.
I have talked about before.
Ah.
Yes, they would recycle the crosses as well. They pull people off and then use them again.
How are they running out of wood?
Yeah. Especially the nails,
'cause-
because nails were not cheap
Yeah.
to make.
So the problem is that
Yeah.
putting wood up and bringing it down and putting it up and bringing it down, eventually it's going to start falling apart, right? So
Well,
So
the
nails-
crucifixion was most likely not nails. It was probably tied. They
They
were
probably tied up. Yeah.
that could be a thing as well.
No,
Yeah,
we didn't.
okay, but,
Or
my
it could just be
fucking
pure
God.
stoning.
I was
Again,
there.
we take
Oh,
it by
you were.
faith.
Oh, that makes sense.
Faith is nothing. Faith is nothing. I could have faith in literally anything I ever wanted to have faith in. It doesn't make it true. It just means that I've decided that I believe it. You cannot prove it.
So here's my question when people say faith. Take a religion you don't believe in. They have faith in that God. So what is the difference between their faith and your faith?
Oh, wow. I
Wait.
feel really hurt right now because Allah said mean things about me.
Yeah.
What?
Nat, what is that?
What
What is
is
that
the
face
difference
for?
between your faith and
Oh,
somebody
look
else's
at Luke's most recent comment. I
Luke?
feel very hurt.
Luke, are you popping off right now?
No, look at his comment.
Where's Luke?
The
I'm trying to find
Sahih
it.
Luke.
Where'd it go?
Oh, yeah.
Did he retract it? I don't see it.
May Allah
Most likely.
SWT send you cursing.
Just peace be about him.
Oh, okay.
He's-
No wonder why Prophet Muhammad PBUH said women are intellectually deficient and deserve to have husband beat you.
But women's rights, you guys.
I'm not married, bitch.
Islam gave women so many rights.
Yeah, you
How
just
can
said that. You just said that it was a good religion for women.
Just admit that you believe in something and have no proof. Just say it. Just say it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right. The Quran teaches that in embryology, bones are formed first, and
my
then
God.
muscles are developed and wrap around the bones. Right? That's what the Quran teaches. That's not what fucking happens. They both form at the exact same time. So that alone shows
Also-
that the Quran is scientifically inaccurate.
The semen comes from behind.
Oh,
And the
I've
semen
been
comes from,
restored.
you know,
I'm
was it
sorry,
the
guys. I've
liver
been
or the
restored.
kidneys?
My honor is restored because apparently that quote wasn't towards me. It was towards Ray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So everything's fine now.
It's fine.
we'll have to bring Ray in here and be like, so she can be like, well, fuck you, because
Sorry, my nose.
Right now, I just really
Yeah.
enjoy that there is a Christian and a Muslim debating, and both of y'all are fucking wrong. So
I'm
that's
entertained.
my favorite part of this evening. Again, I will say to you, Jason, prove the Bible, prove your claims, prove that Jesus died on a cross for you specifically, without using the Bible, which is the fucking claim. Prove it. I'll wait. I have scotch. I have tacos. Let's go.
Oh, so it's tacos you're eating. Oh, now I'm jealous.
That's what I
Sorry.
thought.
Oh no, I'm committing a sin. Envy.
Oh, sorry.
Why does Islam use the Bible? Why does the
Tell us
Quran
how
not
you
stand
really
alone?
feel.
I can answer
I
that.
always win.
Do it. Answer it.
It's because when Muhammad first had his revelation, he tried to convert everybody in his hometown of Mecca. He was unsuccessful, and he was exiled. He was successful and converted like a few of his friends and family, but it didn't go around. People weren't catching on, so they were exiled because they were crazy people. So he went to Medina, I think it was. I might be getting the towns mixed up, but regardless, it was primarily inhabited by Jews. So he came up with the idea of like, hey, I'll incorporate the Torah into my teaching. Be like, hey, here's the next
video
step
coming
in the
back in
process,
time.
you guys. Like, you guys believe this, the Jewish Torah, you're Jews. That's all cool. Here's what happens next. And that made him successful. Like, he adopted elements of the Torah and Judaism in order to convert people to his new religion. That's fucking what happened.
Hey, so Jason said, prove what you were saying without using a science book. Easy. We do experiments.
Gravity.
We give you
Here I am, attached
observational
to
evidence. The book is meaningless, dude.
If I
Science.
hold this in the air, it will
Science
fall.
experience is science, Jeff.
Yeah. There you go. It
It
is
worked.
multiple, not a single individual's observation.
Let's do it again. If I hold this in the air, it will fall.
When you let
It
go.
do be like that.
It's repeatable. Testable.
I understood
Let's
that
do
reference.
it again. If I
Jasmine.
hold this in the air, it will fall.
Oop, still working.
Wait.
None of it's
Will it though?
floating.
If
If God exists, he will make this float.
Boom bow.
It was a simple.
Wait, I'm
It
sorry.
didn't fall, that's just your opinion.
Atheist Troll Live. I love you. I don't know who you're
Thank you.
talking to.
That's
Oh, it
me.
didn't
Duh.
fall. It's just my opinion. Okay.
Huh?
That's nice.
I'm the atheist troll.
Well, who do you love?
Everybody.
Oh, okay. It just said I love you, and I was like, who are you talking to? I don't get it.
I think he was talking to Rachel
Makes sense.
earlier because she was just like, my husband loves me. And he was like, I love you.
Oh, that's cute.
You'd love to see it. Jasmine the Stardestian says, hello, strangers. Hello.
Which is a Resident Evil 4 reference, by the way.
Sorry,
Oh.
Jason has no proof of literally anything, so we're just going round and round mocking.
That's a good point. So, I vote that we ignore him and move on to something else.
Yeah, Jason,
All in
if you
favor?
can provide proof outside
Who are we
of Bible
ignoring? 'Cause I will
claims,
block them.
we will acknowledge
Jason.
them.
Oh, no,
Until
yeah,
then,
block.
Jason,
just
do I
like
need to block Jason?
No,
road
don't
Jason's just
somewhere
going on.
else.
No, not true. God use God's when he chooses to Nattiegnat.
He's a victim. Listen, you got to remember that people in a religion, they're a victim.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
All right,
Dude,
all right.
just say you have
Jason
a
is just a
fucking
victim.
degradation kink and let's move on. It's fine.
Yeah.
We accept you
Jeez.
here. Yeah.
Wait, Titan, I do? I will absolutely. Wait, how do I?
Y'all
Hold on,
can come
Titan, how do I mod you?
Racist.
Oh,
That's not it. How do I
you're
do it?
right. There was someone with a
You
racist
have no
word.
Do it on the
fucking
YouTubes.
idea what Jesus talked about.
on the
because all
YouTubes.
you are getting
You gotta do it
are
on the
these
YouTubes.
Very late written
On.
interpretations of oral traditions. You have no fucking idea
There
what
you
Jesus
go.
actually said.
Bye-bye,
The end.
Jason.
I have rage. I woke up. I chose violence. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize for it. We need it.
Titan, you're now a moderator.
Yay! Titan's a moderator.
Yeah, don't
You
block.
have all the power. You mute any racist motherfuckers that come in my
Yeah,
comments.
I don't know how to
You have
mute.
my
I know
full
I'm a
permission.
moderator too, but I don't know actually how to mute.
No, I'm not a moderator.
So Jason, calm your tits.
You
All
hit
right.
it's alt F4 and it works it. That's how it does it.
Wait, Alt F4?
Uh-huh.
Really? It's that easy? God
Yeah.
damn.
Well, shit. Yeah, you know, Jeff would know.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He
would.
would know. He does this a lot.
Jeff would know.
Until Jason can provide Jesus wasn't a demon. proof.
Fuck yeah. Titan is already flexing his power. I like it. I'm here for it.
I'm
What's up,
watching it.
Titan?
This is
I don't
entertaining.
feel like I know that person.
Do it, Titan.
You just hit
Everyone knows
Onward.
Titan. He's fucking omnipotent.
Well, I
you're
don't
on-
know him,
omnipresent.
so prove
If you're on
yourself to
YouTube,
me,
you hit
Titan.
all F.
No, I like omnipotent. I like that better.
He's both. He's fucking
He's
both. Like
both.
Titan is like
Stop
Titan is
quoting the
God.
fucking
Titan is the
Bible.
closest
It
thing to
doesn't-
Yeah,
God.
Titan's just like,
Same.
I have the power.
I can't.
Titan's brother's name is Lucen.
Titan loosely?
Oh, the dad
Ooh.
jokes. I love it.
His
That is a great dad. Holy
Lucen.
shit.
That's a great dad joke.
That is a top shelf dad joke.
Oh, may Allah guide you to the straight path, Jeff.
Yes.
I mean, legit,
Mashallah.
may Allah guide me to a fucking, like, I don't know, orgasm. Like, what the fuck?
May Allah guide you to $1 billion, which is useless on this planet.
Yes.
Listen, if Allah can give me $1 billion, I will convert to Islam
Yeah,
right
me
now
too.
here, live
Me too.
in
Right
front of
now.
everybody.
Good night, Jason. Have a nice night. Thanks for letting us know how big you are.
Have the night you deserve, Jason.
That's weird. That's a
What
weird.
the fuck was that? Like, was that a fight me thing? What
Yeah,
was the
he
point
He
of?
says he's not a violent person, but yet he gave you his
I am.
stats.
I'm not a violent person, but I'm huge and I could beat your ass.
Just
Okay.
like I'm 7 foot 820 pounds. Good night.
Former college football player.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, I am a Nephilim. I hate to tell you,
That sucks.
I'm a living Nephilim.
Put it in 120 pounds.
Yeah, like from Enoch, like the book of Enoch, like an angel came down and like had unconsensual sex with my mother and made me, and I'm like 11 feet tall and like 900 pounds. So come at me, bro.
1
Come at
billion
me.
pounds. Kiss your face. Lick my face. That's all I want. That's it.
Yeah, like we find out how tall a person is, and your respect is reserved. Bow to thy.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Oh,
violent
you're
person.
tall and
That's my favorite
fat.
part when
I am
people say I'm not a
sorry.
violent person. I'm like, well, I
I
am.
take back everything I've ever said.
Rate you. I'm 5'4" and pregnant. Fight me.
I don't know what to say. I'm 5'6". I weigh 145 pounds. I'm an excellent shot.
I'm 6 foot
Y'all want to
240.
like, I don't know what.
Fight
What
me.
are we doing here?
So let's go. Let's start with Captain.
Oh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 with being I don't know and 10 being with I do know, how confident are you that Christianity is false?
Oh boy.
10, 11, 12,
10.
It's an option.
19. What was the question?
10.
34.
34.
Turn the volume to 11.
I would say 9.5.
I'm gonna go
I
with
can,
9.
I can sit pretty solidly at like 9.99999 repeating.
I'm a Christian who loves Jesus. If you love him so much, go marry him.
Yeah.
I need my
Jason
like fucking like
Jesus
physical
sitting in
software.
a tree.
Where's that at?
Jesus
KISSI.
doesn't
love
put
that.
out enough.
You guys have seen the South Park where Cartman makes the Jesus songs?
Yeah, he
What
just
song?
changes baby to Jesus.
Yeah, but it's like so sexual.
Yes.
Okay, all
And he
worship
gets
songs are
he
sexual.
does it all to like win the platinum, but the thing is they don't do platinum, they do myrrh.
Yeah, it's double myrrh.
Murder.
Ooh.
Myrrh. What the fuck? You guys, this is not
Dude, the
Well, I'm
fucking
gonna I gotta go eat
fact
dinner
that
because
there's
I
a worship
just hopped
song
on here
that
once I
says,
got
like,
home.
that Jesus meets the earth with sloppy
Go
wet
eat dinner.
tits.
Go eat dinner, Jeff. We
Are you
we'll
leaving us,
miss
Jeff?
you, but yeah.
I'm gonna eat food.
Wow, how dare you?
Okay, bye, Jeff. Thanks for jumping on, man. This is fun.
Talk soon.
Appreciate
My first live stream in like a month and a half, so
Oh, God.
you.
gotta
Yeah, man.
lean into
Good to have you back.
Bye,
Talk
Jeff.
soon. Bye.
Bye, bye,
Bye.
I love him. He's so sweet.
Jeff's good people.
Jeff is good people.
Yeah, I actually did not make the association between the like chat and his page, the like atheist troll.
Yeah, no, he'll sit there and
versus
comment
chat,
on
and I'm
his
like,
chat
"Ooh,
all
I
the
don't know who
time.
these
Yep.
people are. I have no idea.
Mm.
Okay. Hold your head high, Jason. So hold your head high, Jason. He's only on 9.5. There's a 0.5% chance for them. That's not how math works. I hate to tell you, it's not a 0.5% chance for someone that's not how that works.
Yeah, it's hard. Math is hard.
Math is hard for them. Try doing it again.
Yeah, bring the evidence. Bring it. We're waiting.
Oh, I'm getting flirted with. Oh, that's sweet. Your eyes.
I really am sorry, y'all, because tonight I just brought the fucking rage. Like, I am out of all of the fucks that I had. So apologies.
There you go, Duncan. You got the math. You got it. It took you a minute, but you got it.
5 cents.
It took him a while, but he got there.
No, Jason, you didn't offend literally any of us.
No, we're just having fun. This is literally what we live for sometimes. This is just enjoyment to us.
Oh, yes, I love it. Am I okay? I mean, yeah.
Are you okay?
Generally, like, I am just a fire rising sign, which I know, like, y'all probably don't believe in, but, like, I will present with the fucking fists all of the time.
I'm an air sign. I flow.
Yeah.
I move about, but I'm perpetually in a good mood normally.
Yeah, so, like, I know this is probably, like, off topic for some of y'all, but, like, my rising sign is fire, and both my earth sign and my moon sign, my sun sign and my moon sign are earth. And so, like, I come with the fucking fists, and then the rest of it is just very grounded in, like, research.
Hey, Titan, are you still on here? We got another one.
What? Who? What?
Where?
A guy named Tyrone.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Wait, who?
I don't know if Titan's still with us. Are you still with us, Titan?
Oh, wait, Ethio. What do you guys think about what apologists say on why what do they say? I feel like they all say different things.
Yeah, they all have apologies for something. They feel bad, but they still believe.
Did I miss a question?
You 3, 4 are a ton of sardonic and savage fun.
Yeah.
On EDP 445 committing. I don't know it. I don't know.
I don't know either, but
he needs to get blocked.
Just I'm not even. Yeah.
Oh, it got deleted. Excellent.
I'm so confused. What is happening?
Who knows? Nobody. Why?
Yeah, no, Titan's on it. He's good. He's got it going. So we're good.
Titan's on it?
Yeah, Titan's on it. I don't know how to do it, so he's doing it, and we're all good.
Yeah.
I will say my size. I hated it growing up, but it was not easy. But I learned to accept it. I meant nothing about my size. Sorry if that came off the wrong way.
Yeah, like, why would you just announce your size to all of us if it, like, how did you mean that?
Yeah, it was weird as shit.
Yeah, let me know how you meant that. I'm interested. Thank you. I'm ready.
It'd be like if I said
The Keeper on Netflix. Pretty
I
interesting.
have watched
Basically another
Keeper.
story about how crappy the Catholic Church is.
Yeah, I am a massive true crime fan, and so I did watch The Keeper. I'm not at all surprised by it. Like, yeah, of course, the Catholic Church was, and when I say the Catholic Church, I also mean Christian, because they're the same, whether or not they want to agree that they're the same. Woke up shows violence. But
No, I agree. I agree. I agree.
They sexually abused children, and I assume probably women, and then it would make sense to me that there would be at least one of them that was willing to kill for it. That doesn't surprise me in the least. Jabronis. I haven't heard that term in so long.
Yeah, mod me and let's get rid of these jabronis.
fucking jabronis.
I went to the gym the other day and my coach was like, yeah, work out with that jabroni. And I was like, sir, what the fuck is that term?
Isn't that a term The Rock came up with back in the day?
I don't know.
Like, was that even a term before he said it? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Jabronis. Yeah. You know, wait.
Wait,
You
what?
don't condone violence. Okay, so
I do.
fun fact, even though I do.
I condone all kinds of violence.
But you know I'm a pacifist, right? And the only reason why I say I'm a pacifist and I'm not a wimp is because I actually do know how to fight and I do know how to use weaponry, but I choose not to. I also don't have a temper, so there's that. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Jess.
Oh no, I just said I have rage.
Hey, Chico.
That you don't have any.
I let it flow. It leaves the body as soon as it shows up. I don't hold grudges. I don't have that type of thing. I get uncomfortable, but
That's nice.
yeah. It's I had rage. You know what? I had rage when I was Christian. Let's put it that way. When I was Christian, I held on to that shit, and I was like, well, that person's going to hell.
Yeah,
because
I have like very specific rage, and it's when like one of these motherfuckers comes to me and it's like, well, that's not your lived experience wasn't true, and I was like, fucking catch me out back, bitch. That's my feeling.
Cash me out back.
Yeah, cash me outside. But like,
I love it.
I don't have like a ton of rage. It's just when someone is like, because I feel like very much if you say that like, oh, that experience wasn't real, like you were also very much someone who is like a rape apologist. Like those things are equal in my mind. Where you're like, oh no, that didn't actually happen. Yeah, it must have been something you did wrong.
Oh yeah, there are moments where
that's the overlap for me, where I'm like, oh, okay, let's go.
If you and I went out in public and you got pissed off, I'd be the friend that's holding you back. And the thing is, you're small enough, I could do it. You'd be like flying, I'd just like pick you up and walk away.
Kick you my legs. Let me out.
Yeah. It's like, let me at him. It's like, no. It's like, we're going this way.
I don't generally
haul you over my shoulder, fireman style.
I drink. Like, I don't generally try and fight people when I drink, unless it's like a dude that won't back off, and then I'm like, oh, guess we're doing this.
Right. Well, I have before had a guy just continuously get closer and closer to me to a point where I was like, you know what, I need my space, and he wouldn't do it. So non-violent, I did. I touched his face and I pushed him down until he was kneeling, and I was like, "That's your place, sir." And then I left.
Oh, he probably loved that.
Oh, I'm sure he did, but you know what? He left me alone after it.
Humiliation.
He was like, "Oh yes, mommy."
Venmo me.
Oh yes, mommy.
Yeah, you made his day for sure.
I'm sure I did, but it wasn't fun.
Yeah, like I don't usually do this for free, so send me some money and then we can, I'll push you down for the dollars.
You're gonna say I should get paid for this shit.
Yeah, right. Like I don't do this for free.
Yeah, right. This is some X-rated content right here.
Right, this has gotten a lot different.
Sorry, I'm a hot mess. Anyway.
Jess, what sport do you play?
Correa, I get it. You're hot.
Wait, me?
That's what she just said to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, you look athletic.
Wait, sorry, I missed all the chats. Hold on 1 second.
No, it's okay. What? He's putting a Midwest goodbye to shame. You're right. He keeps coming back.
You look athletic. What do you do? Pilates or?
Wait. Who said that? Oh, I am a CrossFit coach.
Sweet. Yeah. I need a
Jason.
CrossFit coach. That might come in handy for me. I'm a Midwestern born and raised farm girl. That's why I'm thick.
Probably fitter than I am, to be honest. Chuck some
like
corn or something. I don't know.
It doesn't show if there's more muscle there than you think, though.
Yeah, you can't really see any muscle here at all. It's mostly my legs.
Yeah, see, his is defined. Mine's underneath a nice layer of fat. Keeps me warm in the winter.
I have massive traps, but that's fine.
Had a coach. You missed.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up.
I'm trying to figure out.
Someone said that they think Jason has a crush on me. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I mean, it sounded like that Soraya, whatever, Luke guy was just. He was just like, and we're gonna convert Nat only.
Yes, lucky you.
It's like, well, that changed a little quickly. That wasn't what I was expecting.
Specifically, I want you to be my wife.
Dude, you like to be my third wife? She's the one I paid least attention to. She doesn't provide me with children, just cooks and cleans.
I want no husbands ever. Thank you.
No. The ongoing joke in my family is that at some point in time, I will have a trophy husband.
Yeah. I mean,
that's mean.
Or a trophy partner.
I'm going to
be like, My family thinks I'm going to win the Nobel Prize before I ever
pay me to exist in your
have
presence.
a relationship.
Yes. Pay me to exist in your presence.
You know what? You know what, Jason? I have something to say. Oh, no, she left. She disappeared.
Oh,
Jason,
that's cool.
I have a comment for you. You do not think that Islam treats women well. I have lived in Christianity, and Christianity does not treat women well. Work on that. I was gaslit and told that my opinion does not matter on a daily basis. And that was when I was a kid, not just like, but like to this day, it's like anything I say is completely taken for granted because I'm a woman, especially by Christians. What is my opinion of the life of Brian? It's fucking fabulous, and I love it.
I hate my internet connection.
Oh, so all you missed is the fact that Jason said that Islam was unkind to women, and I said, well,
So Christianity.
Islam, but I was Christian for long enough to understand that Christians are terrible to women.
I mean, I had someone today tell me like Christian women are supposed to be silent in church, and I was like, well, I don't know, eat my ass because I'm not a Christian anymore, so I'm gonna like say whatever I want. But like, yeah, you're right. That is what Paul said. But also, like, I don't know.
Yes,
that applies to me at all.
Right.
Like,
well, see, Paul didn't write First Timothy.
Yeah, but
so that's what I like to get back at. Like Paul was actually pretty feminist.
Didn't he have female like, I don't know, traveling partners, apostles, something?
Who's that?
I thought Paul had like female. I don't know what the term is. Like,
yeah, it was like fuck, what was his name? Phoebe or something like that.
Yeah, or like, was it so? No, it must have been Phoebe, not Sophia. I think it was.
Okay, here's the deal, Jason. If you want to wash my feet sometime.
It was Phoebe Bridgers for sure, but yeah.
And he actually called her like the greatest of the apostles.
Yeah. Paul was either asexual or homosexual. I'll die on this hill.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think Paul was asexual.
But like, what would be?
I'm not holding that against Jesus. I'm holding it against Christians.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just curious. Like, what do you think the thorn in Paul's side was, especially considering how much he talked about? Like not other folks getting married if they couldn't or getting married only if you could not resist your like sexual impulses. Like, I'm curious.
I don't think the thorn in his side was anything sexual.
What?
I don't know. I don't think it was sexual, but
I think he was repressed. I think he believed that he was repressed and victimized himself.
Jason said Paul was no homosexual. Prove it.
I saw that. Okay, I'm okay with him being not homosexual. I can believe that he was I can believe that he was asexual. Yeah, I absolutely.
Prove Paul's sexuality. I would.
Here's the thing. My first year of Bible college, which is not the college I graduated from, my very first year.
Yeah.
We had the dean of males. And there's a dean of females. The dean of males was
dean of dicks. Got it.
Took a life of celibacy, right?
Thanks, Kristen.
He was a like 50-year-old virgin.
Bye, Kristen.
And he used that to say like, oh, I dedicated my life to the Lord, and I dedicated my life to celibacy, like Paul wanted. And everybody, like myself included, everyone was like, "Oh wow, how dedicated! Like that's crazy dedication to like forgo that." But now I'm like, no, asexuality is a thing, which I didn't know at the time. But now I'm like, he was asexual. He had no desire to have sex.
I'm sorry.
It was easy for him, but he made it seem like it was this tremendous sacrifice that he made for the Lord. But like, yeah, like at the time, like you don't realize I didn't know that was a thing at all. I thought he was just as horny as I was.
No.
He just said no.
No. Sorry.
You know? Jesus. I choose Jesus. I choose Jesus.
He hated Christians, but something happened. He had an encounter with Jesus on the Damascus Road. Okay, first of all, spelling grammar. But second of all, what does that have to do with literally any part of Paul's sexuality?
Wait.
Jason just had another comment.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just here to. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back.
No, it's okay. I'm still trying to figure out. So, Jason, do you think that I'm not Christian because men treated me poorly? That we're Christians? It's because that's not the reason I'm not Christian. That's the reason I don't go to church. That's not the reason I'm not Christian. The reason I'm not Christian is because everything in the Bible is bullshit.
It do be horseshit.
It do be.
I love you too, Correa. I'm sorry, because I am a hot mess and I choose fucking violence every second of the day, but I'm glad there are some people that don't mind it. But yes, continue.
I enjoy it. No, that's all I was gonna say is I can see where he's coming from in the he's like, oh, I'm sorry you had this bad experience. It ruined your relationship with Jesus. I'm like, my relationship with Jesus is null and void.
Yeah.
There is no relationship
I've had bad experiences with my boyfriend's parents. It didn't change my relationship with my boyfriend. I didn't end that relationship until my boyfriend did something stupid or until I learned he didn't fucking exist. And I was having hallucinations, so then I went to see a therapist, right? That's the thing, right? Like, you can have bad experiences with people surrounding an individual. It doesn't mean anything except for that you had bad experiences with people surrounding the individual. If Jesus had been a real presence in my life and had a real connection with me, it wouldn't have mattered what people in the church did or that men hurt me or whatever the fuck you want to say. Sorry, Dadpool. You invited me here and I just came with all of this, but
I'm enjoying it. We were going to talk about dreams and I'm totally okay with us not doing that.
I can go.
Maybe next time. There'll be more time.
Maybe next time. We can talk about it next time. I'm telling you, it's going to be repetitive. I have a very vivid imagination and my dream world is one of those it's in color and I can control it. But the situations that are presented to me are things that I don't expect. So I have stories of dreams that I've had, scores of them. And it's fun to discuss because some of them definitely are trippy. Dadpool had a dream a while back that I still think about, which is the one where you were climbing rocks, but they were slowly tearing your fingers away or something because they were razor sharp.
Holy shit, I forgot you remember that. No, it was
At these comments?
I talked to my fucking therapist about that.
Yeah, what'd she say?
It was he had put me on a new medication. And it gave me these fucking horrific nightmares, which I have nightmares already because reasons. But I started to, and I was okay, I had this dream of it was this woman who is climbing a wall, right? But the wall is made of people or demons.
That's it.
And they took chunks out of her while she was climbing the wall, and she had to fight through it and get to the top to survive. It was just the most graphic, horrific thing you could imagine. And he was okay, yeah, let's change your medication.
Well,
I was
when he told me that dream, I wrote it down because it's on par with some of the weird shit that I've dreamt. So I was oh, this is really interesting. But I don't think it has anything to do with my medication. It has everything to do with my mind. Because I push boundaries in my own dream settings. If something's not possible, suddenly I will make it possible. And then things happen. And it's really entertaining. But it's also traumatic when I do something and I'm oh, this had a bad effect. Bad effect. And then I'm in this dream.
Jason would like to know if I had a real experience with Jesus, and I would like to know how you define a real experience with Jesus and how I could prove that to you, or you could prove it to me. Also, yes, I have a Discord.
We need to have you on Discord more often.
Sorry, I feel like I took over Dadpool's live with my just general hostility. So forgive.
Oh no, it's entertaining. This is the type of stuff we live for.
I'm not live on TikTok anymore. I ended that a little while ago.
Like I ran out of fucks like a couple of days ago, and I've just been raging ever since.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have a Discord server. I'm not on there very much.
I don't
there
mind
more
that
than he
I
is.
have one.
I don't
'Cause I'm
comment
bad
a whole
at
lot. Correa seems to be running the show. So.
Yeah, Correa, I have a praise kink.
Yeah,
so I love when people
Correa single-handedly keeps my Discord alive, and I appreciate her for that. I really do.
Jason told me I've been a good girl, so
You've been a good girl. Oh.
That flirty wink. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Oh, I'm enjoying this.
Anyway, all right, I'm gonna be getting off here soon, guys.
Okay, this has been a nice Q&A.
Yeah, we're at 2.5 hours. We've been going at it
This
for a
has
while.
gone longer than I expected.
So Dadpool has obviously a Discord. I have a Discord that's in my Beacons link. I have enjoyed being here. Thanks for letting me just wilding out with y'all.
Oh no, crash the party.
Yeah, no,
we enjoy it.
Seriously, anytime. This is fun. Especially on Thursdays where it's just a casual, like, let's fuck around for a couple hours and see what happens.
Pretty much. Fuck around and find out. Welcome to
Fuck around
Thursday.
and find out.
That's my life motto. Yeah.
That should be the title of Thursday shows. Like fuck
around and find out. Welcome to Discord. Like, welcome to Dadpool, motherfuckers.
All right.
All right, y'all.
All right.
But thanks to everyone who was in the comments. Thank you for all the questions. Thanks who just tuned in and didn't say anything. Appreciate you guys for the interactions and all the good stuff. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Nat, for jumping in. I could not do this without at least one or two other people. So thank you guys for jumping in and helping me dialogue.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Correa. Yeah. I love you. I love y'all. Thanks for having me.
I'm probably gonna pop onto Discord if anyone wants to keep asking questions or anything, because I'm not going to bed yet. But Dadpool's out.
Cool. Yeah. I'm going to bed. I won't be there. But yeah, definitely go hang out with Nattiegnat. She has a lot of good shit to say.
Yes.
So
I would say, if you want to jump on with me, Jess, we can continue this if you'd like. But we're not going to be live anymore. So.
No. All right. Bye. Thanks again, guys. I'll catch y'all.
Oh, hey, Dadpool, make sure to end live before we leave studio.
Okay.
End live. Okay, so I have end broadcast.
Maybe that's it. End broadcast before you leave the studio, because you leave studio and keep it broadcasting each time. So
no, I have to.
All right, I'll figure it out.
I'll meet you on the
I'll figure it out.
Good deal. Bye.
All right, thanks again. Bye, guys.